family and friends. Thank you.
See, now there's pressure.
Hello, family and friends. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Talks with Liem Lee. I'm your host, Liem. I'm a software engineer, and my sidekick, Emmett. He's a Las Vegas realtor. And today, our guest is Yolie. Yolie is a dental hygienist, but we're going to be talking mostly about cryptocurrency, and we may jump into teeth later.
So we're gonna drill in and chew some topics.
Yes.
Okay.
Gnaw on a few things, yeah.
Pun.
Find the cavities.
Shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so what questions do you happen to have about cryptocurrency? I think so. Let me. Sorry.
Hello and welcome. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think the last talk I kind of went too deep on some of the questions. Like someone asked, "What is a blockchain?" and I went into like the algorithm of mining. So when you ask questions, I'm gonna try this time to keep it an easy answer. And then if you want more, just let me know if you want more.
Okay.
Oh, so when you're helping somebody with their teeth, and the tears are rolling out of their eyes, like they're not crying, but like they're stoically looking at you, and you're thinking about cryptocurrency. What questions are churning through your brain?
Well, when I poke them and avert their attention elsewhere than staring at me, because that's pretty weird. And then I go back to thinking about cryptocurrency. What questions come to mind? Actually, a lot. I mean, it seems, the way you answered or the way you explained it to me before, it was really, really fascinating. And definitely something I would like to get into because of the way you explained it. But kind of, where do you start? Like, how would one just up and start? I mean, I noticed there's different apps for it. Like, and I'm sure obviously, some are better than others. What would you?
I would suggest Coinbase. That's probably the easiest, the biggest, most easiest one. Like I would maybe call them like a JP Morgan Chase, like a Chase Bank. They're pretty easy. Go get an account.
Do you have a Robinhood account?
No.
Okay. Coinbase would be a very similar type of app, but instead of buying stocks, then you'd buy cryptocurrency through Coinbase.
Okay. So walk me through that. So once I buy cryptocurrency, that's like an investment.
Yep.
Okay.
So let me backtrack on my statement that I said banks. Banks is not probably a good analogy in this sense. When I just said Chase, I was just thinking just like a common
their brand in there.
Yeah.
No, that's what I took from it. So you're good. You're good.
So with Coinbase, you would go sign up with your email address.
Yeah.
And then once you get your account started, they'll ask for your driver's license. You actually have to take a picture of your driver's license and scan it through there.
You got to be legit.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can't be a Nigerian dude named Yolie.
Sorry, it's a Nigerian princess. Thank you very much.
And I need your help.
And then typical like bank info stuff, like as in what a bank would ask you, they would need your home address, phone number.
They just want to verify that it's you.
Okay.
Right?
I forget if it asks social security number or not, but it'll ask you.
Similar to what a bank would.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, because also,
or any investment.
Yeah. Yep.
So I mean, it's all legit and above board. So there's also Coinbase has to report to the IRS on occasion. So they may, if you start making a ton of money on it, then the IRS may
might get flagged.
Yeah, they might say, "Hey, we'd like to tax you on your success. We noticed you're enjoying a lot of money. We want to tax you on it." That's how the IRS.
We want to take away from your enjoyment there from it. Okay.
Yeah.
There's a lot of other choices other than Coinbase. There's PayPal. I forget if PayPal opened up to there's
some places you can just buy it. Some places you can use it to pay for something and get, like if you wanted a Dallas Mavericks basketball ticket, you could pay for it.
Really?
With cryptocurrency, yeah. So there's certain or if you wanted a Tesla, if you had enough, you could buy a Tesla in Bitcoin.
Really?
Yeah. So there's some places you can use it, some places you can buy it and exchange it. So Coinbase is great. So to be clear, we're not advertising for Coinbase, but there's some other options like Kraken and Gemini or Binance US. Those are probably the 4 US exchanges.
Okay.
So you,
Sorry to cut it. This might be a good time to say I'm not a financial advisor. Emmett's not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Do your own research. I'm a stupid dumb shit. Carry on.
Wait a minute. Should I leave? Or I'm just kidding.
you're wasting your time.
I got people I need to talk to. No, I'm just kidding.
No, there's finance laws where we're not allowed to give advice, right? So
I get that.
This is all opinions and
Got it.
of the individuals.
Well, I would like to know your opinion.
Yeah,
Dumb shit or not.
So the exchanges are places where you can trade U.S. dollars. So you would send money from your checking account, right? Mm-hmm. So you'd send money over and trade those dollars in, and now it's on the exchange, and you can trade it to other types of cryptocurrencies.
Interesting. Okay.
And then there's also, even to get a little bit deeper, there's different type of exchanges potentially, as in Coinbase will let you have your cryptocurrency. You could actually withdraw it to a cryptocurrency wallet, whereas I believe PayPal, I might be slightly wrong. They might have changed it recently. I think PayPal does not let you withdraw your crypto. So it's like almost like a stocks. It's like stocks where you would buy it and then you would sell it for the equivalent of US cash, and then you pull out your US cash. But at no time will PayPal actually let you pull out your cryptocurrency. So there's just slightly differences. It just depends. For the most common user, either one I would say is fine.
Okay.
It's just if you want
not a PayPal fan at all, but go ahead. Yeah.
How come?
Did
they pay screw you?
Christmas Eve and somebody had hacked my PayPal account and paid for and then it wasn't even that. I reported it immediately and it was like $500-600. It was a little chunk of change, and so I reported it immediately. They're like, okay, no problem. We'll credit you. They never credited me. And it was like a good 6 months. Their collections are calling me. I'm like, look. Wow. And they're like, oh, and then finally they took it off. So not a fan. If they had handled it, within a month or two, but like 6 months later, people hassling me, and they're pretty mean when they,
And was that $600 or $800 tied to a bank account or to a credit account?
It was tied to a bank account, but they stopped it from removing it from my bank account. But they still kept it as if they had paid. Well, they obviously paid it out.
Yeah,
they had plenty of time to tell, because it was parts or something that were being sent to somebody's house, and so they had plenty of time to stop it and then stop the transaction from coming through. I'm like, that's your bad. I told you the second it happened.
So was it PayPal that was calling you like collections?
Yes, they're mean. When do you plan on playing this? Never. Handle your shit, man. Yeah.
Were they auto parts or what kind of?
Yeah, there was some kind of auto. It was an auto part place, but it was back east, and I'm like.
I don't even own a VW bus. Why would I buy a steering spindle?
Right, exactly. So yeah, well.
So there's PayPal, Coinbase. I think there's quite a few. Robinhood.
You can buy crypto on there.
I think so. I think you can buy on Robinhood. A Cash App, I think, is another one. So there's a lot of options.
Okay.
But I would say Coinbase seems to be the easiest. Like, it's super. Like, you create your account, and then it's just like. There's almost like only like 4 buttons sort of. There's a buy, sell, and then I think there's like a cash or cryptocurrency. So it's it's just a super easy interface.
Okay. So my other question would be, somebody had put up, a friend of mine, his name's Mark, he had put up on Facebook like.
Oh, you just called him out.
Mark, you're about to. I don't know where the story is going, but
he's been doing it for a minute. Okay. And he put up a bunch of names of different, and I don't know what they meant. He was just like, invest in these.
Oh, different coins.
Okay, so there's different. So that's my other question. Then you invest in different companies or different types of coins.
They're not companies.
Oh, say okay, different what?
The definition.
I feel disagreement coming up. What?
I would just say
we're explaining. Yeah,
the definition of a company, because like say Ethereum is any cryptocurrency is like should be open source. There's the Ethereum Foundation, which is kind of like a company,
but not the way people understand a company.
Yeah.
Like if you're going to buy stock in Coca-Cola, buying a cryptocurrency is not the same as buying stock in the developers behind that coin.
Okay.
So the broad category of cryptocurrencies
Break it down.
is that you can have any flavor or variety of digital money based on a blockchain. So that's...
This is where somebody was asking you about blockchains.
Mm-hmm. Blockchain is the underlying technology of all cryptocurrencies, basically. So, like, it's like saying, like a Mercedes and a Porsche and a Toyota all have engines inside of it. The engine is probably the blockchain, and then what they build around it could be called Mercedes or Toyota.
So some are more superior.
Yeah, and that's, and also depends on the person's perspective too. Meaning, I might like Ethereum a lot, and then when you look at some cryptocurrencies, you might like Bitcoin a lot.
Okay.
And that's almost just a matter of opinion. You could, like, Bitcoin's known for a store of value, and Ethereum's known for its programming layer. So I would say, well, the programming layer is better than Bitcoin, and then you might say, well, Bitcoin's a store of value, and then there's no right or wrong.
Personal preference.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Right.
there's 6,000 something cryptocurrencies, and they all have different flavors.
Okay.
And
So
there are some that are clearly sketchy.
Yeah. So you got
really,
those.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. So I thought when we were talking about it that it was the transactions make it, or is it just the transactions that would be guaranteed? Not
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't lie about the transactions, but you could just invent a coin.
Got it.
So,
Understood.
so what people,
Noted. I see what you mean now. Okay.
What certain groups are doing, they'll copy Bitcoin's code and then say, oh, we created a new coin called the Yolie coin, and you.
No, let's not call it that. Okay. That's not
sorry,
the legit
sorry.
coin.
Let's
Call it an
call it the
Emmett coin. Okay.
let's
Just kidding.
Let's call it the Emmett coin.
The Emmett loves you coin.
So Emmett waits for Super Bowl weekend and buys $1 million ad space and says, everyone buy Emmett coin. We're amazing, blah, blah. And a bunch of those people that don't know better, he does.
Buy Emmett coin.
Yeah. He does a great job advertising it and lying.
Damn it.
It's a great coin. It makes people feel good. It addresses their emotional needs.
So there's a lot of that going on. There's also even worse ones where they really portray because the typical thing is like you have a development team, a marketing team, your C-level team.
Oh, okay.
And they may portray this, and then they advertise and get a million people with millions of dollars buying in, and then that team tries to sell out real quick, dropping the value, and they try to run. There was, I forget how many years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, there was one in Vietnam where they ran away with $400 million of Vietnamese people's money. That's a shitload.
Why you got to call out the Vietnamese?
Emmett's shifty, but he was smart at the same time. Okay.
That was the most recent one I remember.
I wouldn't be sitting here with you guys if I had $4 million.
400.
Yeah, I'd be on a helicopter yacht.
Well, the FBI is outside, so good luck with that.
I'd be on
We're
a yacht,
cashing in on the cash reward.
a yacht with a helicopter on it. Actually, I think I saw a news article today about a Turkish exchange. So a cryptocurrency exchange. So similar to Coinbase, but totally not, right? So an exchange is someplace where you can buy in and trade cryptocurrencies, right? So in Turkey, some guy had a Turkish exchange where you could buy in with Turkish money. And then I saw an article today that he's on the run. He fled the country and took all the money.
Oh, I only saw the headline. I was thinking maybe because the Turkish government banned cryptocurrency.
I mean, that might have been his motivation. He's like, hey, if I can't do business.
I'm going to take what I got
Bye.
and run
Yeah.
for everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, what's he going to do? Go back to being a regular Turkish dude?
Yeah. And then
God forbid. I mean,
Get a job at the sandwich shop? Or
and I think it's also interesting to look at potentially the people that get into cryptocurrency and stay in it for a long time and learn about it. There's a paradigm shift because cryptocurrency shows how altruistic a technology can be because it's decentralized, so no one controls it. So you start to think about things so differently. And I could imagine a Turkish person their government's just said, you can't use this, to him, this amazing technology. He's like, why? This is revolutionary. This is so innovative. That's going to change the whole world. Why are you, my government, telling me that I can't use something that's going to help the world? So, I don't know this story. I don't know that Turkish person. I'm just imagining people that get into cryptocurrency. A lot of them start thinking about these paradigm shifts that our current corporate America doesn't facilitate those train of thoughts.
Maybe he's, coming here with all that cash and then he's just going to set up shop
I hope so.
and not running away with all that money.
We have an extra room. We could set him up.
But also,
It's only a couple mil. It's okay.
America wouldn't be a good place for that. I'd tell him to go down to St. Lucia Island. where
Really?
just the cryptocurrency.
Meet you at the Marriott Hotel.
555.
I'll be at the pool with a purple hat on.
America's government the American government has yet to understand cryptocurrency. So, I mean, they for years they put in some very heavy regulations or making it very difficult for.
Even though they don't understand it completely.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well,
but
it's very
not
new.
surprising.
Yeah, it's very new technology. And then so when you say the government, a lot of, say, senators, for example, right? How old are they? Like 80 years old? I don't know. Like I hear
60 to 80 around there usually.
So
to 90 maybe.
I hear there are senators that have never touched an email. They have a staff.
Oh, well, yeah, no, I believe that.
Yeah, so I mean that's crazy because email's been around 1995.
Well, I mean, look at even the stories that came down from lockdown. There were attorneys who didn't know how to use Zoom, and they had the what do you call it when you can put a different face on you or
Stuck in cat face or something?
Yes, that guy. Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm just like, how can you be an attorney this long and not know how to be technology savvy? Well,
Yeah.
apparently it's a thing, and that's an attorney. So I can imagine a senator who's or any high government official. So got it.
And some senators never having a cell phone ever. Too. I'm not sure if you just said email, right?
Yeah, just totally technology.
Yeah.
They have their power. They don't care about technology, right?
And they're helping run our
And boss people
government.
around.
So crypto, noted. Got it.
But I think that was part of the comedy of when the Senate was grilling Mark Zuckerberg.
Uh-huh.
There were people who had no idea about technology were asking him
Questioning
really
him?
awkward questions. I didn't watch it, but that was the sense I got.
I kind of want to watch it now.
Yeah.
Nothing more fun than awkward silence.
Well, I mean, in fact, so as a realtor here in Vegas, we do a lot of documents by email and digital signing, and you run into some other agents that aren't good at this. I'm like, well, don't you do this all the time? What's the?
No, I show up at their door with the papers in my hand. What are you talking about?
Yeah. So, and certainly clients too that are older have a hard time.
That's
Understandable.
But if you're in the business, it's something completely different. So clients, I get. They don't have to. They don't. Yeah. So.
Right.
Interesting.
A random thought on going back to the company idea of cryptocurrency. If a cryptocurrency is a good cryptocurrency, it probably means because it has a good team behind it, and that team.
The programmers that develop that.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
Not just marketing and
the whole thing too. Because if say the marketing team, if they're too swayed by money, that they may market it a certain way.
Gotcha.
So it takes that whole. I'm saying that
So
whole
the culture
entire team.
in general.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of forgot where I was going with that point. So the whole team.
How can one company can be better than others? Okay.
Yeah.
So the whole team's.
So that's when I pick a cryptocurrency. I try to look at the technology and then even the team matters to me.
Okay.
I mean,
like their vision statement, what they're, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There was one supposed. I forget. I'm probably. I'll just give an example because I don't remember the story. I think there was one where the founder of that coin had history of money laundering, and then they didn't say that to the team. So it just puts a dark shadow on the whole thing. So, it's like, can you trust that coin? Now, people should be allowed to make mistakes, but money laundering is kind of a big one. So,
especially when you're dealing with money.
Yeah. Well,
maybe.
Supposedly that was years before, but still, it's.
And then also not being upfront with things
Exactly.
to your team. Especially in that.
Well,
particular.
you can't make a new currency and say, oh yeah, I used to be a money launderer.
This is true.
It just
you
doesn't
know
work.
what? Find a different,
Go to real
profession
estate.
maybe. Be a senator, okay? No.
Well, that would be to your credit, right?
Yeah, true. Yeah. Okay. So gotcha. So you just Google their information? Like, how do you research your companies? How do you in particular do it?
For me, I go to their website first, and then I'll just do a quick look at their website. Does it look kind of like a newer website? Which is that's a very cosmetic thing. So it's not, that's just one of the many data points so look at the website. Does it look okay? Second, go to the technical side of that and look for what's called a white paper. It's usually a technical breakdown of their cryptocurrency. So the white paper, they lay everything out, all the math, all like not everything but the programming. Like they lay out how they designed it. And cryptocurrencies, a good cryptocurrency will be open source. So all their code is online, all their documentation's online.
So, not to interrupt, your average layperson would have no idea what all that meant. So somebody like you have an idea.
Yeah. No, I don't, I can't think of any. Okay.
Do you know how to?
Well, so there are probably some YouTube guys that are cryptocurrency guys that you might watch enough to say, hey, this guy's probably pretty honest. Or
Well, you should do that, I think.
There
Be one
are
of those guys.
Yeah.
You're pretty legit, I think.
We
so
can't give financial advice, but we can be totally honest in everything we say.
Unlike financial advisors who aren't very honest sometimes, but
No, it's the lawyers you got to worry about.
Even financial advisors, I find that they have to watch out what they say, and that bothers me.
Yeah, there are some websites that kind of do news articles about cryptocurrency. Like I don't remember the names right now, but there are,
like YouTube. So you're talking like YouTube. Coin Bureau is a decent one.
Mm-hmm.
Altcoin Daily is a decent one. Crypto Basic, I actually really like them a lot. They actually seem like, hey, if you guys ever want to do a podcast, I mean, you guys do podcasts anyways, but if you want me to interview you guys,
crossover event, yeah,
I would love that. But Crypto Basic, they feel like the type of people that would never sell out. Like this is what they said on some of their podcasts. They said, even if someone paid us $50,000, we will not shill another coin. And they had offers. They've had offers before from cryptocurrencies that say, hey,
good for them.
We'll pay you X amount of dollars if you say that we're a really good cryptocurrency. And it seems like on their podcast, they only interview, or it feels like they do a bunch of research into a cryptocurrency before they allow someone to be interviewed by them.
Really?
Yeah, but they're pretty in depth too. So they spend like 2 hours potentially on about an hour on one coin. So it's in depth, but I think for the lay person, it's too much.
Okay.
So you could go to Crypto Basic and then whatever coin you're interested in, start looking at it and get a vibe for, are they saying, hey, this looks pretty legit? Or are they getting a vibe that says, hey, this looks like a scam?
Gotcha. Or it could be like, Liem.
Yeah.
Can I buy you lunch and pick your brain for a minute? Yeah.
With Crypto Basic though, because they only interview the good ones, so it's more actually you have to search their podcast, and if say you like a coin called
Safe Moon.
Safe Moon. If you like Safe,
that was one that I think you put up. What do you think? Okay.
I actually haven't done any research on Safe Moon, so
okay.
I can't answer that.
Wait, who put it up?
That Mark did, I think. Don't quote me. What?
So there are coins that get popular. There's a lot of young guys that I know, and they'll hear something on Telegram or on Twitter, and then they'll get excited about a coin. Uh-huh. And if enough people are excited at the same time, they're all buying in.
Does not make it a good coin, though, does it?
Right. So it's very much like a hype machine.
Kind of like Patron tequila. It's not a good tequila, but there's a lot of hype.
You're throwing down.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm more Mexican than you are, but okay.
There's some heritage. I've been to the hacienda.
Moving on.
I've seen people cutting up the piñas and throwing them in the ovens.
That makes you an expert on tequila. Okay?
No, what I've seen it is real.
It's real. It's legit.
I don't think it's super fancy or anything as far as if you want to.
Don Julio Añejo. That's one of my faves. But
yeah, I like the reposados a lot.
Okay. Okay, how do we get on tequila? What were you talking about?
Good.
Oh, yeah. Just hyping something that may not be. Okay.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you could certainly see there was a time when Patron got super popular and the price went up, right? Mm-hmm. So whether or not it's
garbage, but go ahead.
Whether or not it's worth your dollars, that's up to you, right? But there are times when people get excited about things and pay too much.
Yeah. No. Fair enough.
So
say something like Safe Moon.
If you search Crypto Basic for SafeMoon and they don't have it listed, then that's
Probably not one of the best.
maybe, yeah.
Okay.
So then you'd have to do some more research, see what Coin Bureau off of on YouTube, what they might have to say. The only thing about Coin Bureau, he seems to like a lot of projects, but he does some really good analysis. Coin Bureau, if you want to do a podcast with me, I'd be totally down too. But
I feel I need a notebook at this point, but go ahead.
it's fine. If
No, you just watch this again.
Okay.
Wait, did you watch yourself of the last podcast?
I don't think I've posted it yet.
No, I did watch it.
Oh, is
yes.
it posted? Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
So
What
you
do you
like?
think?
I think it was so awesome and it's so fun. I was cracking myself up.
I'm hilarious.
I'm funny. No, I'm just kidding. I just didn't like the angle, so I'm like, oh. But aside from that, yeah.
It's
I'm
tough,
not complaining.
It's all about the angle.
I am not gonna be like, nope. I'm not one of those girls that whatsoever. No, it was good. Yeah.
but awesome.
You're pretty awesome at doing your podcast.
Thank
so
you.
yeah.
Thank you.
You're in the new upgraded angle right now.
I know.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I know.
So crypto basic, Coin Bureau, there's Altcoin Daily. I use Reddit a lot too. Reddit. So
Oh really? Okay.
so use there's probably a Reddit SafeMoon. Go look at that one with a lot of salt.
Okay.
See what people are saying, and then maybe go to the cryptocurrency subreddit and see what people are saying about SafeMoon on the crypto. So it's a lot of salt. Just try to have an open mind on looking at those. And what I do is I look at all those. So I'm looking at SafeMoon website. I'm looking at cryptocurrency subreddit, SafeMoon subreddit. I'm looking at Coin Bureau, Crypto Basic.
So when you're doing your research, so you were talking about before, you're looking at the team itself. You're looking at the white paper, and then you're doing that kind of research as well. And then what else?
That's kind of
Pretty much it.
What about those magic dice? Is that not part of the?
I feel like it's an inside joke. What?
I just made that up.
I thought you were. There's that one. There's someone made some joke dice about because they have these Bitcoin obituaries, which every time it's pretty hilarious. All these
okay.
like when CNBC, just say they like 2 years ago they put out an article or a video thing that said Bitcoin is dead because we could see how many people are not buying it. At that time when it dropped, like maybe 90% drop on that one day or that 1 month. So CNBC puts out a paper or news article that says Bitcoin is dead. So there's this one website, Bitcoin Obituaries, where they log all that and it shows the price and all the news where it says it's been dead, but it hasn't died. So
Gotcha.
that's pretty cool.
So
Wait, what does that have to do with dice?
Someone created dice because of that, and the dice is all the I might be slightly wrong in this, but it's all the bad news that could be towards any cryptocurrency, and it has a certain words, and the dice happened like it could be the community doesn't like, maybe it says community, and then maybe on the other dice it says doesn't like it.
Okay.
Or
Gotcha.
so it could say developers on the other side, or
Every combination of bad headline.
Gotcha. Yeah. So that's what the dice thing I was thinking of. Okay, what was the original question?
We should sell.
no,
magic
what you
dice.
would look into as far as
so all that. Yeah.
okay, interesting.
But you're talking about a hobbyist who would spend 15 to an hour a day, look research and stuff. So the average person is going to buy some and then not think about it for a couple weeks, right? So I mean, do you want a new hobby? Is I guess where we're going with it.
You mean a new hobby making money?
Yeah, I mean,
it's a pretty good hobby there.
Then you definitely turn into one of these dudes that buy SafeMoon and.
No, I'm kind of thinking that's an insult. Why?
No, not at all. It just it can become an activity where you're kind of like day trading.
Oh, okay.
Or it can be more like, say you're buying stock, right? So a lot of people buy stock through Robinhood or E-Trade or Scottrade or whatever, Vanguard, whatever platform. They'll buy some stock, and you're not watching it every day.
Okay,
Right.
so that would be question number 2. Is that something that you invest in and then leave it alone?
That's what
Is it like stock where it can go up and down and up and down, and it's more the long haul, not just.
Yeah, that's how I view it and how I would do it.
Okay.
I personally just buy some and then don't do anything with it. It just grows in value. So a lot of people can't handle that because it's super volatile. Like it might lose.
Like don't watch it every day.
Yeah. it'll be hard because you'll start to see news articles like, oh, Bitcoin's at an all-time high. And then you'll get curious and you go, wow, look, I'm at an all-time high, right?
Okay.
So that's great. But if you're literally watching it every day, it could drop 20% in a day.
And then you're going to freak out.
Yeah, so say you put in $1,000. Are you okay with it going down 20% a day? Knowing that eventually... So it's very volatile compared to normal stocks or say the regular stock market.
So then it's more volatile.
It's super volatile,
Okay.
yeah. But if you look at the long-term trend, if you just go from this point to this point, the overall trend is very positively up.
Okay.
Very positively.
Very. So you said it hasn't been around for a long time. What's not a long time to you? Like how long would you say it's been around?
Bitcoin was out in 2009.
Okay.
So,
it's been a minute.
12 years, yeah. And then Ethereum, the number 2 coin, which I think is the one I would put money in. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm stupid dumb shit. But I would suggest that you buy Ethereum over Bitcoin. That one has been out only 5 years?
Okay.
6 years maybe.
Were we that early buying it?
Yeah, we were shortly there. A little bit after, not too far after Genesis, they call it.
We're still not rich yet.
Well, obviously you're sitting here at this. You'd be out on your yacht with the helicopter right now. I'd be sitting here by myself, twiddling my thumbs.
Dueling helicopters.
So the buying and holding thing that Emmett brought up, 99% of the people that I tell to buy and hold, they don't hold. They buy and then sell, and they regret
later. Okay. So buy and hold.
Buy and hold. I suggest holding for. I'm gonna guess it's probably gonna be between 7 to 10 years. I don't know.
Okay.
No, I mean,
so I'm ready to retire, or
nobody could guess how this cryptocurrency thing is gonna go out. It may crash, and I might be wrong, but I do think that this is a revolutionary, innovative technology that the world is going to use.
So the more people that invest in it, the better.
I would say the better for everyone, but
for humanity.
So I'm a little bit of like a optimist for this for cryptocurrency because it provides. People talk about cryptocurrency because the word money currency is in there, but what the blockchain and decentralization brings, this whole huge paradigm, so amazing awesomeness. But I don't know if we
amazing awesomeness.
It's crazy.
Sign me up.
So it's good for everyone, even people that put in $1. I still think it create. I don't know how to explain it, but it's good for everybody.
Okay, so
it's a symbiotic relationship.
Okay, no, I get that. So for an average investor, what would you recommend investing? Like about how much, or just depends on how much?
As much disposable income that you could throw away.
Okay, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Because I mean, I'm not a financial advisor again. I mean,
it's a dumb shit. We all know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if you look at crypto, like the graphs, like if it was like this angle of trajectory as it's going up, and you look at stocks is like kind of this trajectory. It does go up. Stocks does go up. But when you look at this difference from crypto to stocks, it's like, when will we see this type of opportunity again? Especially when you could have somebody like me that talks about the fundamentals of it. Like, meaning if someone told me about certain stocks, they're like, yeah, go invest in whatever, Nike has some new Vaporfly shoes, which there's some controversy about those. I think Vaporfly,
Satan fly.
They're winning like marathons. They have some technology in there, and they're actually telling people you can't buy it for marathons because like these people are overwhelmingly winning with the shoe. But anyway,
it puts meth into your feet.
Mom, watch me running these shoes is a thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if someone said like put money in Nike, but you can't. I feel like it's different. You're putting money in a company that could do well or could easily crash. But with blockchain, that technology is built in the amazing paradigm shift of decentralized consensus. Is something the humans have never had before. I could explain that if you don't get too bored of it.
I think we should rewind a little bit.
I'm going too deep.
Well, no, just
I'm fine.
He's pulling your reins over here. Okay.
I'm fine.
No, so what Liem alluded to earlier is that people buy and then they don't hold it. So part of the problem there, say if you put in $500 and then say 2 months later, it's worth $1,000, right? It goes on a good run.
And people are like, yank.
Yeah. So because I think people are kind of looking at it as a gamble anyway. So are you the kind of person that goes, hey, I want my $1,000, I want to get this $1,000, right? So why wouldn't I? This is great. This is all. I just made $1,000. I made $500 with my 500. That's
whereas they could have held out.
If you just leave it in there, then it'll keep winning.
Yeah.
Like I let it ride, right?
Okay.
So when you say how much should you put in, it depends on your situation, right? If you're a college student, you can't put in too much money. If you got a lot of credit card debt, maybe you should
pay off your credit cards.
Yeah, handle your credit card debt, right?
Yeah.
So, but if you're
disposable income. So
yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, here in Vegas, we know a lot of people that regularly frequent our local gambling taverns, right? How much money are you disposing?
Yeah.
Right. So could you apportion some amount to this risky investment?
Depends on the gambler you're talking to.
Right. So,
none of it.
Yeah.
Can I borrow some and go in with? Yeah. No. Yeah. No, I get it. Okay.
So that is one way to look at it is, can you hold through the ups and downs?
So basically you just want to leave it alone. Throw it in, invest it, and just leave it alone for long term.
So we do know a dude that he bought some and then he cashed it out to put a down payment on his house.
Really?
So whatever number that is, I don't know, 20 grand or something, right? I don't know the number, but I'm saying how much is a house down payment?
Yeah.
So, somewhere in that ballpark, right?
Yeah.
So is that a bad move? Buying a house, that's
got a house.
Yeah. So, I'm not mad about that. That's not.
We're not going to hate on him right now.
Yeah. Like, hey, you got your house. Cool. Right.
Did he buy it through you? Then we're really not going to hate on him.
No, this is.
Okay. Then.
He stopped calling back.
Rude.
Well, not because I was trying to sell him or anything. But.
Back to that later.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I think he was smoking too much weed.
Oh.
He stopped calling everybody back. Maybe.
Easy to do in this town.
Well, when you have your own house, then you just smoke in the backyard.
Everybody can leave you alone. This is true. Hey, you know what? Ultimately, for everybody, it's maybe why he took it out. So.
Yeah.
Just to backtrack on my comment, if anybody happens to be listening this closely, which I doubt, last podcast, I think I said 100% of the people bought and sold, the people that I suggested to hold. I said 99% this time because recently someone messaged me and they said that they're still holding. So I have one friend that's been holding for like 4 to 5 years now. And
he just didn't tell you?
It's just, he put his money and he says this is a lottery ticket. It's all to him. He may lose it all, but he bought it and he's willing to just let it sit there. And I'm actually really surprised because his investment has gone up probably like I guess 500. It's only 500%, which in crypto,
it's only 500%.
Only 500.
So there's two of us who believe in the dumb shit. Okay.
Yes.
So another point that Lynn touched on is, say if you put your money in stocks, a good year in the stocks, you might grow 10%.
Okay. True.
And that's great because you keep your money in stocks to 10% times however many years you got in there, you start to really accumulate some wealth, right? It's the interest you've earned, also gets interest. And so it grows and grows and grows. So that's good. But if you look at the trend on cryptocurrencies, it's not 10%. It's like it doubled this year or tripled this year. So that's
a little nicer.
Yeah. I mean, there's some years where it'll drop, 70%.
Yeah.
But over the long run, it's multiplying instead of gaining percentages.
Okay.
So when you have to describe it as a multiple, like he just said,
instead of percentages.
Yeah. So he just said the dude held on and he's got 500%, which means whatever he put in, he now has 5 times as much as what he started with. Right. So is that a good deal to make a small bet on?
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah. So if you're allocating any money to the stock market, then you could allocate a little bit to
crypto.
Yeah.
Diversify.
Yeah, I think even some of the analysts that I see on like CNBC, I might be wrong on the MSN, like they'll say 95% into stocks and 5% into crypto now that I've been seeing.
So they're tiptoeing towards,
Which
putting the toe in the water.
Yeah.
See.
Because I'm not a financial advisor, I say maybe people should look, if you could go maybe 80% into crypto and 20 into 401k. But that's just that's me being aggressive because I feel like I understand this technology very well.
Yeah. Plus you're super young. So
I got gray hair. I don't know if I'm young, but
He's definitely bitter.
How old are you?
38.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. You don't look that old, so I'm not saying that's old either by any stretch. Yeah.
I'll take it as a compliment.
Take it as a
You're
compliment.
definitely not mature.
Yeah, I haven't grown
Are any
there.
of us, though, who willingly admits that?
Yeah, parents.
Mature equals boring. So,
Well, so I think if you already have a work 401k, then you're kind of already putting money into the stock market for retirement.
true.
And
That
those,
is true.
Those are great if your company is matching you, because say you put in 3% and your company puts in 3%, you're already doubling your money right out the gate.
Yeah.
So that's awesome, right? So don't mess with that. But if you already got like a work retirement deal, then again, in your disposable income.
Why not? Okay.
Right. So, or you could go to Costco and buy a new awesome TV for $4,000. That's a little bit bigger than your current TV and has higher resolution.
I'm not a dude.
more.
I'm cool with the size of my TV. Bigger is not always better, but okay.
Yeah, so it's
I get
choosing where you spend your money, right? So
Yeah.
is this a good gamble? I would, I can't advise, but I would.
But if it was you, yes.
Yeah.
If it was your money, yes. Gotcha.
Any other questions that in this crypto space on?
I'm sure I'll have a million more once I do start investing. But at least I know where to start. I know where to research the companies. I know because it was really, when you first explained it to me, it was really, really fascinating. I was like, but I had no idea where to start or what to do.
Yeah.
So if you boil it down and you go to what as Liem said, if you take some disposable money you can afford to lose, go download a Coinbase app and then transfer your money in, do all the ID stuff, and then buy Ethereum to start.
Okay.
You'd be off to a great start.
Ethereum. Okay.
Yeah, it's like the second biggest. So it should always be in that list of top 5
Okay.
things you can buy, right?
Yeah.
So,
Got it.
so
And
that-
it's just going to be as easy as I want to buy this much money's worth or whatever amount worth. And then
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
like
I just bought.
user friendly.
Yeah, I just bought some Ethereum like a couple days ago. Just went in and
just because I love it.
I was actually buying a gift for somebody. Hey, Carl, you're welcome for the gift. So you'll go into Coinbase. You have to connect your bank account. I don't think you have to, but you should, because then. So let's say I bought $25 of ETH. So
ETH. Okay.
Ethereum. ETH is the coin. Ethereum. Well, they're both Ethereum and then ETH for short.
Okay.
You go in, connect your bank account, and then on the main Coinbase screen, you click buy, and then I think you drop down menu from Bitcoin, change it to Ethereum, and then just put you want to buy $25, hit next, and then I think there's a $2 fee from Coinbase
Transaction fees.
So so it'd be $27,
Not too bad.
and then you click finalize or confirm or whatever, and then you got $25 worth of Ethereum sitting in your account.
So does that fee change the more that you put in? It's just always $2.
It changed. It does change. So at what was it? At $50, it's $2.50. At 200,
So fairly minimal,
but
but it does go up as the
yeah.
So I don't know if the regular viewer knows this, but recently Coinbase did their IPO. They're listed on the stock exchange now.
Really?
So as a company that makes that exchange, makes that app, that company is a real legit company here in the US, and they now have issued their stock on the stock exchange.
Interesting.
So one vote of confidence there is we know there's a lot of scrutiny when you're a publicly listed company, right?
Very good point. Yeah.
So if you're worried about the legitimacy of something, that's an easy vote of confidence, is that, hey, this is a
On the
giant
stock exchange.
Yeah, it's a giant company. A lot of people are looking at it. And it would be really hard for them to pull some shady stuff without getting caught and busted and pay the price.
Doesn't mean it can't be done.
Doesn't mean it
but-
can't be done, yeah.
No, I get it. Totally
Well, we
get
see
that.
all the shady things with big companies anyway.
Yeah.
But at least the government's okay with them or something.
You see a Madoff coin, don't buy that.
So very cool. Okay. I'm down to check it out.
That's it. Show's done.
Show's done. If you
She's
get-
sold.
if you get to the point where you end up having $5,000 to $10,000 worth, probably come talk to me afterwards, and I could advise you on what other security.
You can't advise.
I would
show you as a friend.
I would technically advise the security, because say the next step, if you get to the point where I just say 10,000 because I feel like that to most people,
FDIC insured. I'm just kidding.
Does not fall under FDIC insurance. Yeah.
Well, I guess, yeah, I would say after 10,000, you want to do your own FDIC, pull the Ethereum off the exchange. And I'll show you, like, you could buy a hardware wallet, they call it. So you actually take it off of Coinbase, and you don't really, gets complicated. You put it on the thumb drive, and then so that Coinbase can't take it from you ever. Like, you pull it off. If you have,
can you make more than one copy of that thumb drive?
That's what inquiring minds want to know.
It gets deeper. That thumb drive is it's just like a key to the wallet that's online. So when they say offline wallets, all you're doing is taking the password to that wallet offline. But blockchain is always online. So your wallet is always online. You're just taking the password offline.
So no one can access it. There's a little bit more security, in other words. Okay.
Yeah. Because say if Coinbase were to get hacked, which is probably very unlikely because of their...
But never say never.
Yep. So you don't want to have your money all tied up in Coinbase in case that were to happen.
Okay.
So once you reach like around 10,000, come talk to me. I would advise you could either buy the Nanner Ledger, Treasure Ledger or something. And then after about 20, 30,000, there's another one that I suggest too, making your own hard wallet and like protecting it. Because any of those hardware USB wallets, they're not fireproof or water. I hear that they're waterproof, but I don't think they're fireproof. I hear some are waterproof. So anyways, I wouldn't want to even, if there's more than $20,000 in that.
And if you flush it down the toilet, it's probably irretrievable.
So
invest in your own black box. Is that what you're saying? Okay.
So at about $20,000 or $30,000, I suggest creating like a hard wallet that's offline and better secure. I could walk you through that once you get there.
So much information.
Yeah.
Well, so I think the simplification of that is, what lengths would you go to protect 20 grand?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you had 20 grand, what is it worth as far as effort to?
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
Quite a bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll cut a bitch. No, I'm just kidding. No, I get it. Yeah.
Is there any other thoughts on like cryptocurrency? Like when I kind of sold you on the innovation of cryptocurrency, was there any questions in your mind of like, when I said the mining servers, well, what if the mining servers get hacked? I didn't quite go into that, but is there any thoughts that you have similar to those?
No, not really. The way you explained it, that thought didn't occur to me till just now.
I actually have,
especially with so many people investing, so it's a thing that I know. It's a thing. It's coming up more and more in conversation.
I was going to say, what has been your world experience with people talking about it? And
like outside of here?
Yeah. So outside of Liem.
Okay.
Do you remember the first time somebody, do you remember the first time?
Yes, my friend Mark. And it was years ago. Like he had his computer in his garage and he was getting all kinds of equipment and stuff for it. And we were like, what?
You're living on Powerade.
Yeah, pretty much. But he's still doing it. And then I remember he put a post, he's like, you guys thought I was crazy, but I'm not. It's coming. Like he's doing well in it kind of thing. And that was, years ago. So that was probably my first introduction to it. But aside from that, just general conversation, actually a couple different dates. Weirdly enough, I think we talked about that last time. We went on a date with a guy. And
you have beautiful eyes. Have you heard of Safe Moon?
Well, the last or two conversations goes, Earl went on a date and he asked the girl, the accountant, about cryptocurrency. She's like, I would never buy that. So he got turned off. He was like, I don't think I want to hang out with you.
This date is over.
Yeah.
Wow. Interesting.
It's on the checklist of must-haves.
Granted, and Earl, when Emmett was trying to ask him, Earl's like, well, it shows if their mind is open enough to new ideas, and if she's not open to any ideas, like that's kind of not a good place for.
Means you're never getting to anal. Is that what that means?
I think we could say that on YouTube.
It's anatomy.
Oh yeah.
Anyway,
that's not where you were going with that.
If you don't see
this
this
is
video
not your
on
fantasy
YouTube,
world YouTube show. Thank you very much, Emmett.
if you don't see this video on YouTube, it's not my fault.
I can
It gets
tell.
pulled by the YouTube police.
However, that poor woman, maybe from where she had heard it from,
No, I don't think they did.
was from somebody who was closed-minded. Maybe if he sat there and explained it to her, maybe she would have been more open-minded.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why he's still single. I don't know. I'm just kidding. But
Back those years ago.
Earl.
I'm kidding. Totally.
Back those years ago when you first heard it, did your friends kind of give you a lowdown on?
No, but I probably could have asked. I just really was just like, cool. Like, no idea what you're doing. Because he would put pictures up of his computer and stuff. It's just like, okay.
There is a strange duality to it, though, because there are people that are excited about it, and I don't know Mark or anything about it, but in general, there's people that are excited about it, and they're not necessarily like students of finance or,
No, he wouldn't be.
It's more of a gambling activity, and then if they're just winning all the time, they're going to tell everybody they're winning.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Right. So do they ever brag on the day that it went down 60%?
I'll have to ask.
Yeah, I mean, so
but I doubt it.
If you roll back to his Facebook, does he go, "Oh man, ate shit today at 60%"?
No.
Down, right. So if they're just announcing the wins, then it might be more of a gambling approach.
Gotcha.
And then it's easy to win in a market that goes up generally and wins more often than it loses.
Gotcha.
So
yeah, makes sense.
it's fine. But it's hard to look at it objectively. If you're just looking at something's performance and not why or what's going on or how does this all make sense or what's the future utility of this.
I'll have to have a chat with Mark.
Well, I didn't mean this to be a target Mark.
Oh no, he's got thick skin. It wouldn't be that way.
We better
at
have Mark
all.
on the podcast.
But like you're saying,
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. He's
okay.
actually a riot. So a complete riot. Like he's hilarious.
I would love to have a cryptocurrency person, someone that's like he sounds like he's mining. So that'd be great to just talk about mining and the future of mining and cryptocurrency altogether. But what Emmett's saying about there's so many cryptocurrency enthusiasts that get into cryptocurrency on so many different levels where one person is just looking at the they're attracted by the gambling factor that they could make some money. Someone might get
like
into
short term.
Yeah,
kind
short
of.
term,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Like you were talking about somebody who missed.
Yep.
Okay.
And then some of those people, they have that gambling thought, but they're not thinking far enough where, like, say mining versus buying the coin. I've been saying for a few years, every time some technical person comes to me, like says, "Hey, what do you think about mining versus buying the coin?" And I just tell them, I've bought, at one point I bought $1,000 worth of coin and $1,000 of mining equipment. The coin has gone over 600% more
Then the mining.
than the mining. So buy the coin. If you want to learn about the mining and be in the ecosystem and kind of be a part of it, and the mining gets you to understand blockchain more, in my opinion. So do that if you want to learn about blockchain technology. But if
I
you
just want to learn how to make money. So.
yeah, if you just want to,
I'm not into that.
Yeah, so then
yeah.
just buy the coin because the coin's going to be, at least from my calculations, have been 600% more every time.
Okay. That's all you have to say.
Yeah. So Emmett's kind of talking about those people. I've had probably in the last year alone, I've had about probably 5 people ask me, should I do mining or should I do coin? And I tell them every time,
Coin.
buy coin. And they're like, oh, but I want to do mining. I'm like, oh, dude.
Well, because they have this intuition that, oh, if I own the machine that does the transaction, I must be on the inside. I can get the
Gotcha.
scoop, right?
And I think part of their equation, which they go so heavily on, is because if they buy a GPU, a graphics processing unit, to do the calculations on the blockchain, that GPU, say they bought that GPU for $600, but then that GPU's made, say, $100 within 4 months.
I feel like I want to call Mark right now. What do you do? What are you doing? I have questions.
if that card has made, I forget what I just said, $100 in 4 months. So now the person that bought that $600 card is like, oh, now that card was only a $500 risk. And then they also think that the next thing is, well, if this cryptocurrency phase dies, this fad dies out, I could sell this card to somebody for $500, so I've lost nothing. But to me, I'm like, you just lost the 600% out of the whole picture. Mm-hmm. But so anyways, that's kind of, I think when Emmett was saying all that, that's what I was thinking about.
Gotcha.
And to be fair to those guys, I see it in all walks of life too. Like every couple of years, some young dude will come up to me and get excited about Forex. They're like, oh, I just discovered Forex. I'm going to get rich. I know exactly how to do the thing. I saw this video on
foreign exchange.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Right. So, but then they come at you like Forex is some magic. And like, okay, yeah. So for example, if I buy Greek dollars with Japanese yen and then I trade it over to South African Krugerrands, and then I wait till the market opens and I do this, I guarantee money every time. And then it's some weird, currency exchange deal where you're trying to find the imperfections in the values.
Yeah.
So I hear this every couple of years. Some dude will come up and can be excited about Forex. And then a couple months later, he's not talking about Forex anymore.
Whereas with crypto, people are still talking about it.
Well, it's much easier to win if you're playing that way.
Gotcha.
Right? So it's one thing to know what you're doing, and it's one thing to be in a easy game and then start to think you're a financial genius.
Gotcha.
Right. So I guess evaluate the person and you go, hey, is this a smart person in every other facet of life, or are they kind of
legit
kooky
or no?
Yeah. Is this person a wackadoo in the other things that he does? Right.
How do you live your life? Yes, true. Very true.
I'll slightly back up, and I don't want any miners to think that I'm talking shit about mining. There's a supply and demand with all this. So if the masses, for some weird reason, somebody watches this podcast and 7 billion people on planet Earth like, oh, Liem says to buy crypto and not do mining. Great. Supply and demand would also work out. So you, the miner, if there's less mining, you get more profits. So it's supply and demand. So it all works out in the end.
I will not be mining, by the way.
It's a lot of work. It's not worth it.
But we're not saying we're not bashing you, but don't do it.
But it's a pain in the butt. Like if you've assembled your own computer before, and if you've flashed your BIOS, then you might be on the road to being good at mining. If you haven't ever done anything like that, it's kind of hard to figure all this shit out. You got to set stuff up.
It's actually even a few steps above that, actually, too.
Yeah, but if you're not even there,
computer together. Yeah, I'm not interested. No, not doing it. No.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Like I don't need to.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, this morning you saw me playing guitar over here. You said asked what I was doing. I told Emmett I'm trying to recoup myself mentally because this morning I was trying to set up another miner, and
so you do both?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But it's because he's into the computers and into it so much that he enjoys the challenge.
Gotcha.
And I also I want to also stay up to date for any new changes in mining, or just I want to be a part of the ecosystem, so that, to me, my thing is when you're in the ecosystem, there's a chance you learn even more. If you're not part of the ecosystem, if you're just holding, that's totally fine. If you're just buying coin and holding, but if you want to learn about, I want to know where cryptocurrency is going for the future, in the near future and the far future. So just being involved, I feel that gives me the chance of knowing the most up-to-date information of how this is evolving.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I was playing the guitar because this whole morning I was trying to set up something and it's just error. So
frustration.
Yeah. I was my blood was boiling.
Needed a moment.
Yeah, just pick up the guitar and just play for a little while. So
he's way better at computers than he is at guitar. Just kidding.
You need to do a secret little video. I want to see it.
Sneak a video playing guitar. Yeah.
Don't do it while I'm trying to sing too. That's even worse.
Oh, you sing too? Never mind. No.
I try.
Scratch that idea.
It's all Jewel songs from the 90s.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Are we boring you? Is this?
No.
Are we going around the right track here? Yeah.
Jewel songs. Carry on.
I think she did have a VW van.
God, I would love to have a VW van, honestly. Do you know how much those things are now?
If they
what
have,
they're worth?
If they have 21 windows or something, they're worth even more. So they have a lot of windows, and then there's ones that have little extra windows up top above each window.
I need to Google. Okay.
Yeah, those are the super rare.
My dad had one when I was a kid.
Nice.
In the early 80s, he had one.
Yeah.
Yep. Thought it was the coolest thing ever. So yeah, there's a guy I'm also talking to that I have not met yet, but I guess he's really, really big into it. So,
Into cryptocurrency?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say into VW camper vans.
That's just kinky, but yeah.
With a pop-up roof.
So we can see the stars at night. Yeah.
So you keep on running into people that are like accountants and then cryptocurrency people, I guess, huh? Those are the
Yes.
two type of people you run into?
It's just been interesting. Yeah.
Wait, so is this a theme? You go on dates and dudes try to tell you about
I have
cryptocurrency?
not. No, that was one date. But
Okay.
this other guy that I was talking to, we talked for a while before he mentioned that's what he was into. But he's been in it for quite a while by the sounds of it. So super hot. So I was just meet him in the next week or so.
Oh.
Yeah.
Get down
His
on it.
pictures look super hot.
Get down on it.
You know it.
Whoever you are, you got a chance, it sounds like.
What is this coming out?
it takes at least a few weeks, maybe 4 or 5 weeks.
We'll know by then.
Yeah.
I'll be like, cut this part. No, I'm just kidding.
Put an update in the comments of whether it worked out or not.
Yeah. Seriously. June 2021. It did not work out. Or it did.
Wait, so have you gotten down to like mental criteria of what you're looking for in a date?
Mental criteria?
Oh,
You
like
mean
a
stable? Like not mentally unstable is number one. Yeah.
So not crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good. It's a good check mark. Check
Yeah,
box to-
for sure. 100%. But sometimes that doesn't come out for a while.
some people hide their crazy well.
Oh, yeah. Women I noticed are better at it, but men can do it too. Yeah. So, yeah.
Nice.
We could talk about anything now. We're near an hour and a half in, so we want to talk about crypto more or teeth. If you had some questions about
Do
teeth.
you know a guy named Kelvin, a hygienist named Kelvin?
No,
Okay.
that's not teeth. What are you talking about?
No, he's the best hygienist I ever had.
That doesn't mean much. Depends on who you had before.
Yeah, crappy people for my whole life.
Okay.
This man had a magical, gentle expertise.
Wow.
I'm no, like
magical, gentle.
no.
Okay.
Well, so we're talking about regular teeth cleanings, right? Like your 3 or 6 month or whatever cleaning, where you get in there with
3 years, 6 month. What are you talking about?
3 or 6 month.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you said 3 year. Okay.
So I mean, so a hygienist will get in there with a metal hook and scrape tartar off your teeth and a drill looking thing that polishes, right? Is that a normal procedure?
So I use what's called a Cavatron. And first, yeah, not Megatron. It's Cavatron. And it vibrates.
You make it sound so sexy. I'm trying to make it sound like a
Wow,
robot.
I wasn't even trying. Anyway, so it vibrates. Now I don't even want to talk about this.
No, at the natural frequency of water oscillation, right?
The natural frequency of water.
Oscillation, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It's an elliptical movement, and it vibrates, and then water comes out to keep it cool because it heats up. So I use that first before I go through with the hand scalers because it knocks off all the bigger chunks.
Yeah.
And then I go through the hand scale, and then I use it again because the water helps flush out the bacteria afterwards too. So yeah. So what's so magical about what he does now?
So he left the office that I normally go to.
You trying to find him?
Kelvin, I'm looking for you in all of Las Vegas.
Wait a minute. I am a hygienist, and I'm pretty damn magical. Thank you very much. But we can all look for Kelvin.
I'd be willing to give you a shot, but the last lady that replaced Kelvin at my dentist's office, she was, it was a painful experience. And when
Are
she
you
was
traumatized?
like physically, like when she was done, 2 of my teeth grew heat and cold sensitivity that weren't there prior to her rough handling.
So do you want to know what I want to think about that?
That's my fault?
No, I have a theory.
Okay, hit me.
You had buildup that had been sitting there that Calvin never got, and she got it. And once it exposed the tooth, it made it more sensitive. That tends to happen. When I have people with deep cleanings that haven't had cleaning in 3 or 4 years, when I finally expose the buildup that's been sitting there for years, their tooth is automatically sensitive. So you may have just gotten a better
But
cleaning.
they do an X-ray, right? Would the X-ray show?
Not necessarily, no. It's underneath the gums. It doesn't always show. Sometimes if it's super thick, yeah, it'll show up on there. But
Okay.
maybe you shouldn't look for Calvin.
It makes me
But
so
it's
happy.
just a theory. Well, maybe he was barely touching you too. Maybe that's the magical part.
He was
No offense, Calvin,
thorough.
but that's just my theory of what's happening.
There seemed to be a thorough expertise there.
I've been doing it 20 years. Call me an expert or not.
I'm coming to you next.
Uh-huh. I'm magical, but I also get that shit off too. So
Is everybody crying when they leave your office?
no, I've had a few different people tell me that's the best cleaning I've ever had.
When my gums bleed, are you going to tell me I need to floss more often?
Depends on where they're bleeding.
It's usually right here on the.
Do you use a water pick?
No, I have a.
Use a water pick and then come talk to me.
What, like every day?
Do you brush like every day?
I brush every day with the Sonicare type thing. I floss every day.
Twice a day?
No, who's got time for twice a day?
Do you shower every day?
Was it floss twice a day or brush and floss?
It's brush twice a day.
On the water.
Liem, back me up here.
No.
Emmett, remind me to not tell you what office I work at. Because I feel most of the appointments going to be arguing with you to get your shit together.
I have tools in my mouth.
You'd be surprised. People talk away. I'm like, these are sharp.
For the water pick. For the water pick that you suggested, is there a brand that you that I could find on Amazon, or what's a brand and model that you would suggest for people to buy?
Water pick Aquarius.
Water pick Aquarius. What's
Yeah.
the about ballpark price for those?
75.
Oh,
I've seen it as low as 40 though. Yeah.
and describe to me what it is. I have no idea. So is it something you plug into the wall, or is it?
Yeah. So you plug it into the wall. There's a removable tank that you fill up at your sink, pop it back on the machine, and then it has a cord with a handle that you can take off, and it's got a tip. And then what it does is that you have a dial that manages how strong the force of the water that comes out, and then you just go along your gum line
And then that
voila.
replaces flossing.
More preferable if you floss as well.
Okay.
But it's amazing what that can do. Like you can floss, and then once you can use that, and there's still stuff coming out.
Okay.
Yeah. So my patients who use it and actually use it correctly, yeah, it's like game changer. So are you taking notes over there?
If you could spend an hour of your day spread out across the day to teeth maintenance, then you will never have to go to the dentist.
So if you use not even an hour, it takes about a minute and a half to use a full tank of water at the right what do you call it?
Power.
Yes. A minute and a half compared to and as well as 2 minutes. That's 3.5 minutes. So max 5 in the morning, 5 at night. You're guaranteed a healthy mouth and body.
But if it's an Aquarius,
Don't butt me.
Do you have to be a Taurus to match up with it, or what is the zodiac?
If
sign
it's an
of it?
Aquarius, no. You have to be a non-dumb shit. So.
This just got personal.
Maybe we should jump back to cryptocurrency.
I've never had it. Well, no, I do. I get argued with all the time.
I'm not arguing. I want to learn. I'm looking for escape.
Yeah, you're hassling me. Yeah, you're trying to escape from from being.
Also, look at it this way. Going to the dentist is a voluntary torture, right? So in the human nature, we don't want to go in there and have somebody stick a hook in our gum.
No.
It's a weird voluntary tortor. We know it's good for us.
I would rephrase the voluntary torture to voluntary maintenance that you have to do. That does feel like torture.
To some people love it.
They love the
I
attention.
love it because you know why? I brush my teeth twice a day. But go ahead.
I'm sure they just compliment you when you walk in. Like, you have the best teeth ever.
Well, yeah. No, I'm kidding. No, honestly, if you brush your teeth twice a day, 5 in the morning, 5 at night. That's all you need of your life.
Dude, I'm not even up at 5 in the morning.
5 minutes.
But that's 5 minutes. The 2 minutes brushing, flossing, water pick, 5 minutes total.
You know what? Actually, you know what? Not even that. You could do your 2-minute brushing in the morning, and at night is when you want to do your best clean. So 7 minutes.
What about mouthwashes? Do you recommend?
There's one called Closest. I hate like Listerine, Scope, all of those harsh like alcohol strong ones, because they can be abrasive to the tissues, especially people who are smokers. Yeah, those are really bad, because the smoke causes enough problems in the mouth, aside from the abrasive alcohol. But it's called Closest. It's really mild.
Closest?
Closest. Closys.
Oh.
Yeah. I always recommend that to my patients, because you can even put
Closest.
some of that in your water pick water and boom. Yeah.
What about hydrogen peroxide?
Not the biggest fan of it.
Just never use it?
You can. I mean, there are some patients. I have patients who use hydrogen peroxide. They'll dip their toothbrush in the hydrogen peroxide and then put it in baking soda and then brush their teeth with it, which I think sounds phenomenally disgusting.
If you're just listening
taste.
and not watching, Yolie's face is disgusting right now at the idea.
Yes, it's. Ugh.
No, she's expressing extreme disgust at the idea.
You can do a self-home experiment and try that. But I have patients who do that, and their teeth are pretty white, but they're kind of, I don't know, just go by Arm & Hammer.
Now I got to find closest.
Yeah, it's pretty much everywhere. Smith's, Albertsons, but you have to kind of look for it. They don't have to advertise, because I believe it's more dental professionals that do it for them. So it's good stuff. Yeah, it's really good stuff.
By any chance, any opinion on Glide?
I love Glide.
Okay,
I use that every day on my patients, pretty much.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I was going to say, if you said something bad about that, I don't know if any other floss that I like at all. Like Glide is fantastic.
It's a dental tape. Yeah. It's not regular floss per se. It's a dental tape. So yeah, that's like flossing.
But is there any drawbacks then? When you say dental tape, is there?
Depends on the person, because some people, no. Like if somebody has a little bit more of a gap in their teeth, then I would prefer that they use regular, thicker floss. But most people have really tight teeth, so the dental tape is like Glide is good.
Yeah,
I use that on pretty much all my patients.
Okay.
Well, I do use it on every patient because it's easy for me to floss.
Yeah. My orthodontist, I think he made my teeth so super tight where any floss other than Glide just rips apart.
Breaks and shreds in there.
Yeah, shreds like crazy.
That is not fun.
Yeah, I get like 2 teeth in and it's shredded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get it. No, Glide's good.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Glide, good. Awesome.
How come you're not asking about different product? No, I'm just kidding.
I'm just stewing in my hatred of orthodontists right now.
Why? You don't like your orthodontist?
I've had braces at 2 different times in my life. And as a kid, my personal opinion is that you could just wait till somebody's 18 and then fix their teeth instead of making a kid wear braces for years and years. Like
years and years. It shouldn't be more than 2.
Mine was like almost 5 years.
Really?
I think there are
I want to see a before picture.
Oh, it was bad. I was like at least shark have like sharp teeth that's spread out. Mine was just a bunch of teeth just spread out like crazy. Yeah.
That's why. There are, exceptions to the rule, but generally it should only be 2
Or are
years.
there orthodontists who are more interested in having returning customers for a longer period of time?
Not the ones that we refer to, but it doesn't mean that there aren't any out there.
So that's my personal gripe. That, and then my end result is now I have crowded teeth in the front.
Did you stop wearing your retainer?
I broke it. With a giant gap in my back molar where the brace used to hold on to the molar. But they've simultaneously created crowding in the front and a gap where food loves to live. So
did the gap happen after you stopped using your retainer?
No, it just came when the braces came off. Because they put that big buckle on the back, right? The big thing that grabs your last molar.
Buckle?
A big metal thing that goes.
You mean when you actually have the
Yeah.
braces?
Yeah. It anchors onto the back.
The bracket. Okay.
Yeah.
And then when they took that off, a gap formed.
No, they just left the gap there that was created by these braces.
You're confusing me, but
There wasn't a gap before the braces.
But you managed to confuse me about other topics pertaining to teeth, and
No, I'm not trying to confuse I'm just mad at orthodontists.
Apparently so.
the two.
They have Invisalign now.
How do you feel about Invisalign? Is Smile Direct Club the same thing?
No.
Oh. Oh.
So Invisalign used to actually have an investment in Smile Direct, but they pulled it.
They've divested their
because
investment.
They've divested their investment. They've withdrawn.
Because too sketchy.
They pulled out. Yeah. They are very sketchy because you don't have a trained orthodontist that's actually watching you. You can actually mess up your teeth really bad from that. When you have actual Invisalign, it should be through an actual orthodontist who is a professional. Because they put little divots on your teeth for it to anchor onto. Smile Direct is just the trays.
Yeah.
And I've seen many cases where it has really ruined people's teeth, and then they think they're saving money by using it.
Yeah.
And then they end up having to go to an orthodontist to fix it. So it ends up costing them way more than they originally gone to an orthodontist.
Wait, so what's the really ruin? Like the tooth comes out at a weird angle, or what's the?
Or they can't bite down on their back teeth. Or their teeth are all jacked up because there's a lot of physics involved in how your teeth come together.
Yeah.
And it has to come together. Like if your bites off, it can ruin your jaw. It can, there's a number of things that can screw up.
Yeah, so my bite, I only connect on my right side.
So you should probably see an orthodontist, but
I have twice.
won't.
I've spent thousands of dollars on the orthodontist.
Wow, I feel very fortunate with my orthodontist. Just hearing the bad
Yeah,
story.
no kidding.
Yeah.
I thought my orthodontist put it way too tight with all the teeth, but I mean, compared to the issues that it sounds like you're having, mine is a lot less. So I feel very fortunate. I'm not trying to.
You just made Lem feel so much better about his mouth.
Sorry. No, I'm not mad at. So I'm not mad at Yolie. I'm taking it as a chance to learn more about the business.
Well, I never felt you were mad at
Okay,
me.
good. Yeah, I didn't.
I'm mad at you for not brushing twice a day, but I'll get over it.
Can you give me movie star teeth?
Why, you don't think they are?
No, I got these canines that kind of stick out at an angle.
Orthodontist.
What's that?
Orthodontist.
I know. So if
we could do veneers, go from here to here veneers, where they will make it look like amazing.
And I don't have to brush those ones?
No, you don't. We can just sit around and wait for them to fall out. I'm down.
Wait. So
We can do a time lapse.
Do the veneers turn yellow?
No.
They just stay bright white forever?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, whatever color you choose.
Super white.
We don't want chiclet teeth.
Yeah.
No.
Like movie star white?
No, did you ever see that Friends episode where Ross fell asleep with the teeth whitener on?
No.
And every time you got to look YouTube
Would that really
one
work?
day. Huh?
Would that really work?
No.
Because I could totally sleep with teeth whiteners.
No, but veneers, you can pretty much choose the color, but you don't want bright white. Because then, how about Something About Mary? You've had to have seen that one.
That was a hair issue. That was a different.
No,
story.
Something About. Oh God, gross. No,
She just got it.
Brought it up.
no. We were on the subject of teeth. Okay, stick to the subject, not
Okay.
where your mind instantly goes. No, when
Cameron
Matt,
Diaz is always where my mind goes when you.
what was his name? Matt Dillon. When he put in the teeth, because she was saying, "Oh, I want a guy with big, huge white teeth," and then he
Yeah.
had his teeth fixed and he smiled and it was just so unnatural looking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So there's a maximum natural white.
yeah,
Okay. Can I get maximum natural white teeth?
yeah. Sure, why not? Extra white.
Yeah.
You know, also because the color of your skin is a little on the golden side, it brings it out even more. So you'll be really unnatural.
Can I?
Is that what you're going for? Then
No,
go
I
for it.
mean,
You do you, Emmett.
It's a weird thing. It's like, so if there is some natural maximum, if you're a step over that, then you stand out as a little bit more, right? Like
As a freak, maybe? Yeah.
Well, say like there's some natural maximum size a dude's shoulders could be, right? If my shoulders were a little bit bigger than average, then that would be a plus.
Depends on who you're talking to.
Or if I was a little bit taller than average, then
Depends
America
on who you're
would.
talking to.
Yeah, nobody dislikes slightly taller than average people.
Well, no, then you have a height discrimination.
No, I didn't.
But
I didn't invent our society. I know what society likes, right? What is advantageous in terms of appealing or attractive or.
so you want to be super tall with freakishly white teeth and
No,
big arms.
Just slightly more than would be.
So is this all an argument for you to have super white teeth?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me have my white teeth.
You can have whatever you want. Money will buy you anything in this town.
So outside of TV, have you seen anybody that had teeth that were too white?
Mm-hmm.
I think when it bothers me is if the top teeth are white and the bottom teeth are like garbage. Like,
so you pay attention to that?
You couldn't help but notice the yellow.
Oh, because they probably have veneers or crowns on the top teeth that are a set color, and the bottom teeth are natural that have actually a natural color or have stained. So yeah,
they've been chewing caramels for 7 years,
or smoking, yeah, or coffee, or exactly. So he's very critical of people. Is it just me?
No, he is.
Jeez, wow. Look out.
So my jaw, I think, is uneven. Like my right side of my jaw is longer than my left side.
Is this the Emmett show? Okay.
No, you're a consulting doctor right now.
I am not a doctor. I want
to get cosmetic surgery, and I want you to advise.
I can definitely tell you my opinions, but those are just, that's it. They're my opinions. Yeah, your jaw's probably off if your bite's off.
Yeah,
totally normal.
Yeah,
so go see an orthodontist.
Yeah, none of my Dr. George Acalis in La Jolla, California, did not address this issue.
What, that your bite was off?
Never once said, "Hey, your jaw is uneven, and your bite doesn't connect on the left side."
He didn't have you bite down or bite together and look at it?
Yeah, he never communicated anything to me.
That's so weird.
He just said, "Oh, here's your braces. Here's the bill."
Right. About what age were you?
This was after I came back from high school, so this is my early 20s. I had to go back into braces.
I would say when I was 15, 16, I felt like my orthodontist didn't really speak to me much. But as a kid, he's probably talking to my mom more. So
yeah. Because you're a minor.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
That's why.
But and you might be able to just do Invisalign and make it a really minor. It might be just a year. Are you biting on your back teeth right now?
Uh-huh.
You have an edge to edge, so that's off. Yeah, he shouldn't have given it to you.
We're supposed to have an overbite.
A little bit, a slight overbite. Everybody has a natural slight, slight overbite, a natural smile. Your top teeth come up over. Freaking me out right now, dude.
It's my smile.
Smiling like a. Are you biting on your back teeth?
Uh-huh.
Like a clown
yeah, it should
mannequin.
be a little bit more over the front teeth.
Or?
A little bit more over.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Like you shouldn't be seeing your butt. Is that your natural smile?
Yeah. I'm having the back teeth fully fully.
Okay,
flush.
just some of your natural smile.
It's
So
not
natural
anymore.
smile. You shouldn't really see much of your bottom teeth, but you see your bottom teeth quite a bit.
Oh, interesting.
So I think you both need to go see the orthodontist. I'm just kidding.
I'm looking at my camera to look at my.
Okay, if you look at like dental ads and the people in them, and you look at their smile, then you'll notice that you can kind of see a little bit, but the top teeth should kind of slightly overlap the bottom teeth.
Gotcha.
I hate gum smilers. People that smile and you see their top gums.
They can't help it. God, you are so critical.
Well, you just said there was a natural smile where you mostly see top teeth, right?
Yeah.
So isn't it unnatural to see a lot of gum?
To add to I'm gonna be on Emmett's side on this. There's also people that just almost don't know how to smile at all. They like smile like that. I'm like, what are you doing? Like,
are you mad?
And some of these, I mean,
are you gonna bite me? Yeah.
I've seen kids that are, like probably like 10 or 12 years old. They smile like that, and I just think to myself, hopefully by the time they're 18,
you learn it.
Yeah. But I've seen some people who are like 30 and 40 years old, and they still smile like that. I'm like, what the heck? No,
like they've never sat in a mirror and really practiced to see. Yeah.
Do you think it's physiological or a mental thing about I'm in front of a camera?
Both. My son has that issue. He can smile the most beautiful smile, but once you tell him to in front of a camera, it's garbage. It's like, what are you doing? Like,
Say that he's going to watch this and he's going to think his mom hates
He knows I love him.
Okay.
if it helps,
He's my little man who's 6'2". Yeah.
tell him this. Maybe advice for me. I don't. This works for me. What I do to get what I think better smiles in pictures. I try to remember a joke that I just recently heard, or something that makes me laugh a lot. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's tough because someone's about to take a picture. Someone's like, "Hey, 3, 2, 1," and
you feel the pressure.
Yeah, so I try to remember that joke, and I try to smile towards that joke, if that makes sense.
No,
I don't know. Tell
your
son to try
natural
that.
reaction to that joke, which is a natural smile.
Yeah.
Yeah. The best pictures I've ever gotten of him are totally candid, where he didn't even see. So yeah,
I try to think about if somebody had jizz in their hair and their hair was sticking up funny.
you can't get over something about Mary, can you? Is that your favorite part? You just rewind and watch over and over.
That's the
don't
only
you?
part that all of America remembers about that movie, I'm sure.
Well, apparently you.
We could do a survey. I will bet you 8 out of 10 people.
True. You're right. You're right.
And the other 2 are Brett Favre fans. Like, I didn't remember Matt Dillon was in it.
Really?
No. Is it a Ben Stiller movie?
Yes.
Okay.
Matt Dillon was the guy that he went to have research or look for her.
Look at what?
He was the one
that
hired him.
He was like more in love with her, right? He was like
everybody was in love with her.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah, that's right.
He
that's
was
right.
like, instead of reporting back, he was like, oh, she's garbage. She's pregnant. She's got 10 kids, in a wheelchair. And yeah. And then he went after her himself. So.
You remember the whole story.
Well, yeah, I have a memory. So.
Wait, have you seen it recently? Okay.
Nope.
Yeah, I've got.
I like the movie in its entirety, not just the, jizz in the hair part.
I've got hair jizz, Brett Favre. That's about all I remember.
Those are the highlights that he remembers.
That and
Franken Beans. You don't remember that?
I didn't know that was that movie.
What, Franken Beans?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was that movie.
Okay.
That was at the very beginning of that movie.
Aside from that, my mind is trying to partition the movie from The Mask, which also had Cameron Diaz. Yes.
So now we know how Emmett's world goes and
Cameron
how
Diaz.
the chick, sex related issues, and
Well, then that's no issue.
it's sports. So
probably
very
very
typical dude.
Yeah.
Okay, typical dude memory. Got it.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
dudes are very. Our brains are wired for sex.
Yeah, this I know.
I don't
Very
know if you
true,
know this about
but-
men.
In my years of dating, no.
We're unnaturally focused. I guess it's natural.
In procreation.
We're naturally well.
Not procreation and trying to procreate
So
or the act of it.
however long ago you think humans started, it'd be very easy to deduct that only the horniest people have reproduced the most.
And that's survival of the fittest to some degrees. Some scientists think about calling it the survival of the sexiest, because the ones that produce a lot go on to continue the species. The ones that
mathematically, the horniest will make the most babies.
I thought it was the strongest who can beat out the skinny little horniest.
It just has to be strong,
kidding.
strong enough to have enough sex.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, you could be
Or the slimiest, the sketchiest, the more
Why are you gonna be so negative?
the swindlers of the group. What do you mean negative? How is that the positive?
Are you talking about the cavemen that snuck around when the big dudes were out?
Yeah.
And impregnated cave women?
Yeah. So, but it's still survival of the fittest in that sense. They were smarter. Sketchy as it is, they use their brains to manipulate. So, yeah.
So you're saying it's natural for men to be sex weasels?
You mean facts are facts. I mean, I don't know about it being natural, but yes.
They probably produced more weasel children.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. But similarly, any dude that wasn't very horny probably didn't have any kids, so those genes didn't.
Well, there was obviously something wrong with him, because in every species there's a reason why they are. I mean, the human reproductive system is the only system that's there that's not for our well-being. It's for the procreation of the species. So
What? No, I want to believe you. I just didn't understand the sentence.
the reproductive system.
Yes.
All right.
The human reproductive stuff, yeah.
So everything else, every other system, your circulatory, skeletal, all of those systems are for you to preserve you.
Okay, yeah.
The only one that is not is the reproductive system. It's to preserve you,
It's to make more you.
more use. Yeah.
Yeah.
To
multiply.
multiply the species.
Okay, yeah.
It's to, It's,
Yeah,
So,
if you do it a lot, you're going to make
and
some
if there's
kids.
something wrong with it, you got to cut that dude out. You're talking about a guy that's not horny.
Right.
You got to cut him out, because the species is going to stop with him anyway. So you don't want to have kids that are going to have that same issue. Anyway.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm with you.
Did you get that, or you're just sitting there?
No, I hear what you're saying.
Okay. All right. So
Well, also, I could pick a bone with, you're saying if a dude is not horny, there's something wrong with him that you wouldn't want him to reproduce.
no, I'm just natural selection wouldn't want him. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. Let the dude be himself. Jeez.
No, you must have sex.
You are
It's not
definitely such a
natural
dude.
to not have sex.
Agreed, but leave the dude alone.
Everybody did, and then he didn't have any kids, and now he's
And
not
now
here
he's-
on Earth anymore. His
Yep.
genes did not.
His genes died with him.
Yeah.
But you know what? Hopefully he was happy in life.
So random thought away from this. There is
Are you re-steering the podcast? If we-
I don't
We
blame
went off
you.
the deep
Please
end.
do.
there's a cryptocurrency coin that's called Denta coin.
Is there?
Denta or dental coin? I forget if it's Denta or dental coin. As far as I understand, they're trying to do.
It's totally legit.
It's like an insurance based. I might be a little bit wrong on this. Hopefully, if the community hates me for saying the wrong thing about their dental coin, but I think it's like an insurance type of thing where you pay per month, then you get insured, and then
Wait, does it pay for dental work?
I think it's like insurance. So
Dental insurance.
yeah.
Okay.
Now
I'm confused. So dental insurance for
the
and it's a coin?
cryptocurrency, yeah. I might be slightly wrong on it, so do your own research. But what I was actually going to get to about it
This is
is
definitely not financial advice. Or even dental advice.
no.
cryptocurrency. They kind of I put them in categories. Like there's a cryptocurrency that there's cryptocurrencies that are platform coins. I'll explain that in a sentence in a second. There's security or privacy coins that it's built just on your privacy. There's coins that are built for speed. That's transaction speeds, how fast they move. And there's coins that are centralized. And then there's coins that are kind of like specific in nature. So
Store of value.
There's a store of value category too. So I put Dentacoin in that specific case. And in my assessment of stuff, I feel like if I were to advise someone and say, out of those 6 pillars, I would put probably 80 to 90% of your portfolio in the platform coin. I'll explain that in a second. And then for that, like if you were interested in that Denta coin, I would
How could she not be?
that. Well, I'm
I know the nerd in me is drawn to it right now, but go ahead.
so I would only suggest like 1 to 2, up to 5% of your portfolio in that, because I think platform coins is the future.
I feel Emmett has thoughts otherwise.
So platform coins are like Ethereum, where it's has a programming layer built on top. So you could reprogram that Denta coin into Ethereum because there's a programming layer on top of it.
Okay.
It's built around a programming language.
Okay.
So
you suggest 80%.
80 to 90%
in a platform.
Yeah. So
Okay.
Ethereum, other platform coins could be Solana. There's a few.
EOS?
EOS. EOS is another platform coin.
Eternity?
I don't know where they might have pivoted. I think they pivoted towards phones, I think. So
Really? What
I think-
about Cardano?
Cardano would be a platform coin. So
Wait,
yeah.
so instead of 5% into Dentacoin, why wouldn't I just buy enough Dentacoin to pay for my Invisalign?
say that, why wouldn't you buy enough of that coin to pay for Invisalign?
Yeah, so if I'm buying it as dental insurance, why wouldn't I just buy enough to get me whatever dental result I want?
Oh yeah,
I couldn't have $80 million worth of dental work, right? So at some point,
You never know. What are you planning to do?
I don't know enough about that coin anyway, so
super
I can't
Matt
speak
Dillon
to
teeth.
it.
They do those applications on the top of the teeth where you put like a precious stone on the very center. You could have all diamonds.
I like how you said it so medically instead of some bling. You
Yeah,
could bling out your teeth with jewelry.
I think it's stupid, but that's just me. I'm trying to be professional about it. I think it
Do
looks
you like
ridiculous.
Cardi B music? I don't know. I don't know if she has bling teeth or not, but
No,
I
there
associate-
was a dental TikTok that was made with that song. What is it? She's like, I want to do this. I want to. What is I want to gag. I want to choke. I want you to hit that dangly thing in the back of my throat. And then it looks like it's the dentist, and he's like, "Oh my god!" But to the dental community, it was hilarious. But
isn't that talking about oral sex instead of dentistry? Is that what that? TikTok?
Yes,
oh, okay.
but they no, the TikTok wasn't. It was like the person was at the dentist's office, and like the person was all aggressive about it. Like, I want you to hit the dangly thing in the back of my throat, and the dentist is like, God, like, what's wrong with you? So that was the reference. Yes, I know what the song is about.
Oh, sorry.
Am I a Cardi B fan? Not really, no. No.
I didn't even know that song.
So if you want to buy the Denta coin, you can. But I
Okay.
would suggest only 1 or 2% of your portfolio.
Gotcha. So you can use that for dental services.
I don't know how far they've gotten. I've the last I heard years ago, 2 years ago or something, that they started getting like I don't know if it's called an alliance, but a network of dentists nationally, supposedly.
I'll take it.
But I have no idea. I don't know when they say that alliance of dentists, like if it's 5 or 50,000. I don't know. So you'll have
Kind
to
of cool, though. I mean, probably not something I would invest in because I'm actually in the business, and so I get a little bit of a discount no matter what I need. But
yeah.
You got connections.
Well,
Maybe.
the reason why I brought it up is in case you happen to stumble upon it and you're like, oh, I should put $20,000 into this cryptocurrency.
Don't do it.
Yeah, just
Stick with the platform.
That's what I would suggest. Yeah. stick
Okay,
with
so what
platforms.
was the nice? So platform, and then there was
Privacy coins. So
Okay,
privacy,
what are those?
It fully like hides everything. So if you say wallet A to wallet B, if I'm sending, nobody would, I mean, they wouldn't even know our names attached to the wallets because the wallet has like an address to it. That's just like 1A, 0B, F590. It's just some address, right? So that's my wallet. And then you have your wallet. I'm going to send you 5 coin. And on the blockchain, you could actually see 5 coin went to this wallet. If you went on to this podcast and said, oh, my wallet is 15AC9, and you just for example, just say you happen to say it. So everybody will know that's your wallet and they will see some address that sent 5 there. And then if somebody else sent 1 million of that coin, they would see, oh, your wallet that you just said has 1 million coins in there. So now this privacy.
then my milkshake will bring all the boys to the yard.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
No, did that make sense?
Yeah.
So if the privacy coins actually hides everything, like they can't even see that I sent a 5 coins, and they can't see that Emmett sent 1 million coins. It fully like you with your private key can only see your transactions, and nobody.
No one else can.
Yeah, this privacy stuff is actually pretty. I think it's pretty awesome. I don't know the future of it in the sense of will governments ever.
Like
Because-
it's mathematically fascinating to hide the transaction.
Well, can it be for tax reasons? Like,
Exactly.
okay.
I've
So
had some
it
thoughts
may
down
be,
that
yeah.
route.
No, I mean, that's the first thought that came to mind for me.
I'm not a financial advisor. Do I financially advise you to avoid taxes and use this way to hide your money? But
I love the IRS.
You cover your ass a lot, which is probably a good thing. So
Sounds like you're guilty.
I know,
thought about it.
or you've been caught, or know somebody who has. So with the privacy thing, so you don't know where the future is because it might be probably most likely regulated at some point.
I
It
would
may
just
be even
imagine
shut
it-
down.
I would have-
Probably, I would.
Well, it's more like, do you have some illegal motive to use a privacy?
Yeah, I don't want to
Fine.
pay taxes.
Don't
You didn't
say
hear me
on
say
the air.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I don't know if this answers.
who does?
I don't know if this would answer your question. So I'm interested, say, in Ethereum because I think that will 1,000x, 10,000x in the next 5 to 10 years.
Okay,
So I like putting in $1 and hopefully getting 10,000 back.
wouldn't we all?
Yeah. But with
You'd be a fool not to.
I gotta go. I got things to do right now. No, I'm just kidding.
I think that 10,000x comes from adoption of either the masses or corporations or government.
Okay.
I don't see those privacy coins being able to get corporations and government on board. That's my theory.
Because of the
It's
the
just
nature of it.
Yeah.
No, makes sense.
So that's an added risk and some resistance to that coin's usability. So that will most likely keep it from increasing in value as much as a platform coin.
Yep, exactly.
For example.
That's how I view it. Yep.
Okay, so there's some resistance and risk to that style of coin.
So far, even though you're saying 80%, I'm leaning towards 100%. Go on with the next one.
No, I'm like 90. I'm about 95% in my portfolio with platform.
Okay.
The next one was I think speed. So speed is
faster transactions.
All they focus on is just trying to get the most transactions through as fast as possible. With like they try to cut out anything else. So say they might even cut out like they have to cut out the platform programming language. So they usually don't have a programming language on top. They just program it just for transaction speed only.
Lean, mean efficiency.
Yeah. So it can't handle the platform. Why I like platforms is you could program it almost for anything else. Like you could actually, I think.
So it's a quality quantity thing, more or less.
Well, let me ask you this. So if somebody went and bought $100 worth of Bitcoin right now, how long does that transaction take? So when they hit send, I want to buy Bitcoin. I just ballpark
Probably about 2 hours right now.
So you can't.
It can come down to about 30 minutes.
So even at 30 minutes, you can't go to the store and buy something with Bitcoin directly because who's going to wait around for 30 minutes?
Okay.
Not from a layer one. And layer one, there's things people build on top, like Lightning Network, and then you could add Lightning Network onto Bitcoin. Lightning was okay.
There's so many layers to this.
Yeah,
there is.
But we're illustrating the need for speed because obviously a 30-minute transaction time can be problematic for any currency, right? Something that wants to be a currency can't have 30-minute transaction times.
But there's something that you can add to it.
Yeah. So there's I think they call layer 2 Lightning Network. So that if two people agree, I don't remember this fully. If two people on the Lightning Network approve each other, the transaction goes by quicker because they know of each other.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like trusted buddies.
Yeah,
you're already.
It's sort of like that.
Thunder Buddies.
So then
What's a Thunder Buddy?
Have you not seen Ted?
No.
Okay,
it's a cussing bear.
No. Yes.
Okay.
But go ahead.
So I guess if a third person comes into that picture, so say let's say you and Emmett are on the Lightning Network and you have shared stuff, and I don't know you.
Thunder Buddies.
Say I just met you and I want to send you one Bitcoin for whatever you're selling water or whatever, really expensive water for one Bitcoin, but I know Emmett. So on this Lightning Network, it will be able to transfer that quicker because we have a connection built into their network and it's faster.
Okay.
So layer 2 can really add.
So say instead of 30 minutes, what does it bring it down to?
That from my understanding, it brings it down to like a sub minute or maybe less than a minute, maybe less than 30 seconds.
Okay.
I might be slightly wrong on this. Do your own research. I'm not a financial advisor.
We dated information.
I just don't know enough about Lightning Network. I've done a little bit of research and I
could tell you this. I was buying gas today at the grocery store. This is the regular gas station at the grocery store. And as I was doing the transaction through their interface, it felt slow. And part of it is because they want you to put in your grocery store ID and stuff. I'm like, man, because I got to the end and I screwed up and I picked 3 cents discount instead of use full 20 cents discount. And so I had to cancel and
Who
start
would do
over.
that?
You know, I was feeling impatient as I was going through this. And then I didn't see the way it was presented. I hit the wrong thing. And as I hit it, I was like, fuck.
Better drive around a lot. Now you got to redo it.
Yeah, so.
Because you can lose them.
The points? Yeah. So I went back, I canceled, and then went to the thing
you redid
again.
it.
So whatever time period that is, that felt like forever. I was like, can't they improve this? Can't they make this faster?
I do have a question. Not off topic, but how many different institutions take Bitcoin for services and or
it's
goods?
It's growing every day.
It's growing
Is
every
it?
day.
Okay. Because it's becoming more popular?
Yeah. Probably the biggest one is PayPal, where I believe, I should do my research before always saying this stuff. I don't know. But
presumably anything you can buy with PayPal, you can pay in cryptocurrency?
That's where I don't. So the last that I'm pretty sure of is you could buy cryptocurrency on PayPal.
Okay.
I heard that they are allowing that you can use that cryptocurrency to pay for. So at first, PayPal opened up just to buy cryptocurrency, just to hold it. I think their next phase, I think
Is
it's
to use it as currency.
Yes, and I think that's available. I might be wrong. Do your own research, people. If it's not out already, it's probably soon.
Overstock.com will let you buy a belt.
Bastard.
Is this coming from experience?
I bought a belt for like $23 back then, and now that belt. How much was the last time I checked?
$600 or something.
It's now worth $600 because I bought it with the amount. It doesn't bother me.
Had you not used your cryptocurrency, you would have $600 instead of that $23.
It doesn't bother me.
Is it framed above your bed now, or
we talked about that?
This is what must happen.
It doesn't bother me because when I bought it, the side story that people don't know about or usually don't know about is because this is also a story like the pizza one, the pizza that someone bought 10 years ago. Someone bought a pizza for 10,000 Bitcoin, and imagine how much that's like a $5 million,
some crazy number, yeah.
10,000. No, that's like 50. That's like $5 billion.
$50 trillion.
Yeah, something. So anyways. But the story that the story that didn't get out is my side is when I put in the $25 to buy that belt back then, I also bought 25 or 100. I probably bought $100 of ETH, and I used that $25 to buy the belt. So I still held $75.
Okay.
So that's probably the same thing to that Bitcoin.
So pizza. The gain outweighed though.
You
have a belt now, so it's not like you have nothing.
Yeah. And I mean,
it's a very nice belt.
It would have been different if I only had $50 of ETH, $50 worth of ETH, spent 25 on the belt, and I never replenished that. That's a different story.
Yeah.
So then that's where the story would sound like, yeah, I did lose.
But you're making me not to want to ever use cryptocurrency to purchase anything.
That's unfortunately the current situation, that Bitcoin keeps on, Bitcoin, Ethereum, all the cryptocurrencies keep on going up. So why would you want to spend it?
Just use your cash. It's gonna.
Yeah.
I mean, at some point, you don't want to die with $1 billion.
With $1 billion?
Well, you don't want to die with $1 billion cryptocurrency that you never used.
Well, yeah, you gotta live by.
So at some point, you want to figure out how to enjoy your wise gambling. Your good bet, right? Like I said, the dude that put the down payment on his house, right? Not terrible. So, but whatever that number is for you.
Yeah.
So I think there's a large, I don't know, kind of a meme through the crypto world of Lamborghini, right? Like if you can afford to buy a Lamborghini, that's what you should be shooting for. And that's obviously a young dude thing, right?
Yeah.
That's where a young dude's mind is when you tell him $300,000.
Gotcha. Nope.
I think of cryptocurrency I don't know if there's an easy way to, like the Lambo thing. It's more about putting the money in for that long bet. And if that bet has reached that chance, that lottery ticket has reached the point where it could change your life, that's where I feel like it's worth pulling some money out.
Yeah, think of the chicks you would get with a Lamborghini.
Well, I mean, I guess you could say life change.
Is this the point where we say it's supposed to be a young dude's thing? But
it is, yeah.
But he's like, think about the
No, I'm speaking for them.
Okay.
I guess the life-changing factors in perspective different for everyone. Like someone could say
a house was life-changing for him, maybe.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So it depends on your perspective, what you're willing to withdraw that cryptocurrency at and what you're willing to
give
risk.
up in the future.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Totally makes sense. Okay.
The other one.
So I think where we started was Overstock was one of the earliest places you could buy something with cryptocurrency.
Hence the belt. Yeah. You just wanted to do that transaction and check it out.
Actually, yes, literally. I just wanted to. There was actually at that time.
They had no $5 shirts. I'm just kidding. Go ahead. I was totally kidding.
Just a lot of people at that time. A lot of people were telling me
it's that body shaped pillow was something you should have got.
A lot of people were telling me cryptocurrency is not going anywhere. So I wanted to just kind of show them. They said that. And
look at my belt, assholes.
Their second statement was, "What can you buy with cryptocurrency?" So I was like, "Well, I just bought this belt." So.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking you should frame it and put it up on now.
I wish it was a better looking belt. It's just it's a normal, just okay belt. Nothing. I don't really care for it either.
So most recently, I know you can buy Teslas with Bitcoin. You can buy Dallas Maverick tickets.
That is so crazy. Like that really blows my mind. The fact that you can get dental insurance or something. Yeah.
I don't know about that one. Yeah.
Bitcoin. Yeah.
I'm assuming this still exists. There was a thing where you could have basically like a debit card you could use the debit card anywhere normally. And then on the back end, it would convert your cryptocurrency to the dollars you spent.
Interesting.
So that you could just spend freely out of your crypto holdings.
I had a card like that at one point, just to say that I had it. It was basically you put in
kind of like buying the belt, but go ahead.
Yeah. So if I bought $100 worth of ETH, and then that card in the online account, I would say use the ETH first. So then as soon as I buy something and it was like a $25 belt, I would see 25 taken out, and then I would have $75 worth of ETH at that time.
Okay.
But ETH was fluctuating, so sometimes that $75 would then look like it's $90, or it could look like it's $60. Just depends on the market.
But there's some moment where it spends the money you spent, right?
Yeah. Yep. At that moment when it trades for that $25, is taking out $25.
So you could have taken that card and bought groceries or any normal. You could have bought gas. You could have bought a coffee.
Anything that.
So anything. Oh wow.
Yeah.
That is amazing. Wow. Okay.
But is there a hefty transaction fee to that, or what actually made you stop doing it?
Because the prices of cryptocurrency, and I only bought that one belt because
we not hear the belt story? Like, where have you been? Well, I wouldn't use it either.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But I mean, at that time, it's hard to know if cryptocurrency was going up at that time. What was that? 3-4 years ago, cryptocurrency just went through a 90% dip. 90%. So everyone's like, what the heck's going on with cryptocurrency? Is it gonna last? But for me, I felt cryptocurrency was gonna go up. It's an innovative tool that's a paradigm shift to anything that we ever had. So I felt it was gonna go up. So I wasn't gonna spend anymore.
Around what time was that? Like how long ago was that?
Right after 2017, right?
2017, 2018, somewhere around there.
Wow.
So historically, cryptocurrencies have gone into big,
I guess,
depressions. Yeah, you call it they call it a crypto winter, right?
90% though.
That was a huge one.
So that's when all the enthusiastic gamblers disappear, right?
All the hardcores.
That's when
stuck it out.
And if you're actually, I would like to say, if you're smart, that's when you want to start buying, because that's a 90% discount.
Right. So do you buy a house at the top of the market or wait till the crash?
Wait for the crash.
But it's risky because at that time, so many people are like, "Oh, is this gonna last or is this gonna die out?" So
that's actually bad advice.
Well, apparently it's all risk. So
yeah,
when is it less risky? When is it? Yeah, no. Very cool. So when is the next crash? So no, I'm just kidding.
Actually, so the analysts whatever the online analysts, they think sometime after the beginning of next year. So at the end of this year, it should reach a peak. That's what analysts are thinking. However, they come up with these numbers.
So around the first quarter
of next year, some of the current projections are like 300,000 a Bitcoin by the end of this year, up to 500,000 a Bitcoin, and it's going to have like a 30-40% drop. But who knows? Those analysts.
So just buy more at that drop.
Yeah.
Keep the rest of it what you have in there.
And or if you understand where I'm coming from with that long time graph of crypto just always going up. So it doesn't really matter if you buy here. You could have bought here, but either way, even if you bought at this peak this time, in 10 years it's going to still be up. Yeah. So it doesn't really matter that much. So
gotcha.
Yeah, and I can relate to that because I waited like 6 years to get into the stock market. I was like, well, I don't want to buy. Everything's going great. We're overdue for a correction. I don't want to buy when all the stocks are high.
6 years later.
6 years later, it's still smoking. And I'm like, well, could have been buying every month or something.
Yeah, right? No, it is what it is. Yeah. Interesting. You definitely have a passion for it. You can tell.
Oh, yeah. No, you probably haven't seen some of the.
You haven't seen a shrine upstairs.
Yeah. I got this cryptocurrency shrine. It's crazy.
Really?
No. My only shrine is those mining computers over there. But like some of the sci-fi thoughts that I have for cryptocurrency, because you have this decentralization and truth of consensus. I think the philosophical words are truth by consensus. I think that's a philosophical one. So if you get enough of a society agreeing to some say history on the Chinese built the railroads, but you left out that it was actually a lot of Vietnamese and Chinese, or Vietnamese and Filipinos were a part of that. If that was left out of history books, then everyone just thinks it was the Chinese that helped or that were forced to build the railroads here. But so say the Vietnamese and Filipinos are taken out. So history, truth by consensus, the consensus in America thinks that it was Chinese, and maybe there
I
was.
thought it was, yeah.
Maybe it's maybe the majority was Chinese in there, but you lose the other some of the details. So I think cryptocurrency that has consensus into this mining thing around the world, all these mining servers that can't be hacked, whatever you put on the blockchain, if a government were to build one and say, this is our truth, you could build so much off of it. It's amazing. If you built like a government with your Bill of Rights, your Constitution on the blockchain, and you could have a voting mechanism. You could rebuild the government. You could even have the printing of money in this cryptocurrency. Actually,
This is a dangerous talk. You're going to get in trouble.
No, I'm saying
CIA is going to be knocking on the door.
no, the government they could use this and rebuild their government. They could have the same thing where they could print money as they wish.
That's not the government's goal. Their goal is to keep making all these billions of dollars the way they've been doing it. Like if you got some inside track to get all the money, you want everything to stay the same.
Yeah.
And the people at the top are the ones getting all the money, right? So.
Yeah. I'm just theoretically, if they wanted to rebuild this government but have the same power that they have, they could have some type of smart contract. That's a programming layer where they build something where it says, whenever we use this wallet, this wallet that says, okay, print $2 trillion, that smart contract will realize, oh, that wallet has authority on this blockchain to print out $2 trillion. So you could rebuild the government on this, but that's
a utopia.
Well,
That government is what you were thinking of. No.
that's what I would want.
Yeah,
I'm just saying
what everybody would want. For sure.
So
but yeah,
where blockchain has the ability, it's a great tool.
Except for our voters.
Except for that's where it comes out. It's
the
people.
sketchy 90-year-old senators. Yeah.
It's just the people. If they were to choose this amazing tool to do those things, you could build a utopia. But will it happen because of human nature? Probably not. But you can do it. That's why I love the idea of blockchain.
Can the blockchain keep the Mexicans from crossing the border and raping?
Watch it. No, it did not. I made it. You can finish your thought. Keep the Mexicans from crossing over the border and doing what?
No, I was
Choose your words wisely. But yeah.
Clearly, all the criminals and rapists are the ones running over the border, right?
Well, I am neither. Thank you very much.
It's freaking was Trump pushing that message so much?
I think that's what got him elected, right?
Ah, man.
Probably.
That's literally what I think what got him elected. The border wall, yes. So I'm half Vietnamese and my dad is Irish American. So I would be an insane idiot to be anti-immigration. Right?
You'd be surprised people who
Of the same
are
idiot,
have roots that are immigrants that are very anti-immigration.
Yeah, anybody who's not Native American, literally, right, should be pro-immigration.
I am Native American and I'm still pro-immigration, so I'm half and half. So
Nice.
yeah.
Do you have an Indian name?
No.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, Yolanda.
Do you get to pick one? Or
Yolie for short. Do we get to pick one?
Yeah.
It's not like a secret organization or a club. No. If you're born and your family gives you a name.
I thought you go in an underground bunker and you smoke the peyote, and then you have a dream.
You mean a sweat?
Yeah, and then the dream gives you your running with bears name or whatever.
No, I have not. I have not gone through that process. No, not that I'm aware of. No, not my particular. Every tribe's different though. So
Okay.
you may be talking of a tribe. It might be true for another tribe, but it's not of ours.
Okay. Does your tribe own a casino?
No.
You didn't get.
He's like, never mind.
you
Would I
didn't
be
get
here?
Either of the perks.
Nope.
the two cool things you could get out of being Native American.
Should you tribe own a casino?
That's the ultimate payback, right? I mean, Native Americans have had a really rough time in American history.
Yes, I have. My mother did get money from the government.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry money or?
Yeah.
Okay.
She still has a letter and it's kind of pathetic. And it's just like,
That's terrible.
Yeah, it was like $500 frickin' in the 70s. Yeah. Yeah.
Huh. We did not adjust for inflation, but
here's $500. Go buy yourself a horse or some shit. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to walk us into the final questions.
Into the light.
This is your part 2 here, so you get some new questions.
Ooh.
What is the best vacation you've been on?
Boy, that's a switch. I thought you were going to talk about Bitcoin again. The best vacation I've been on?
Random thought. If we ever get a guest that's just like never been on a vacation, like say that there's just a hard working person that came from like.
Well, some people don't like it.
What, vacations?
Yeah. I know a dude, he's
what kind of people you hang out with?
I know one dude, he's like, you know what? My home is comfortable. I got everything I need there. When I go on vacation, it's uncomfortable. I don't know what's going on. I got to figure out the food, and I got kids to drag along.
There's people like that, yeah.
And they don't enjoy vacation because it's out of their routine and out of their comfort, and they don't get enough joy of the adventure and exploration.
Well, they don't live in the moment either. They're always stressed about outside
I'm not criticizing
things.
Their motivations or their viewpoint.
I am. I think there's something wrong with them. My favorite vacation would be. Sorry, were you? Go ahead.
I wish everybody could enjoy vacations the way I do or you do, but for some people, their brain's not wired that way. I think
it's rather unfortunate.
Yeah, I think Americans should travel overseas a lot more than they do. We could understand the world a little better than.
Agreed. 100%.
Being big dumb Americans.
Although big dumb Americans sometimes when they go to another country they still don't get it.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, it depends on how open-minded you are. We are pretty focused in on ourselves for sure. I would have to say going to England and France, where it's one of my favorite vacations. Relaxation wise, I would say recently I went to the beach and that was pretty freaking amazing. It depends on where I'm at, what I'm doing home.
Wait,
with.
what did you love about France?
Just I was with my friends. Paris itself I wasn't too impressed with. I did love the all the countryside around it. Mm-hmm. And my love of red wine came from there.
Oh.
Yeah. It's that aha moment.
You were drunk the whole trip, weren't you?
No, I wasn't. Okay. I hated wine until I went there. Okay. And we went on some tour and they had a carafe right in the center of the table. Yeah. And I was like, all right, on vacation. Oh my gosh. We were still in everybody else's carafes around us. That afternoon I was drunk.
Only a big dumb American would take everybody else's carafes.
They weren't drinking them. We asked first, are you going to drink that? No. Bring it over here.
Did I tell you the last podcast we did was with wine sommelier?
I saw on Instagram. I was like, oh.
Yeah, the charcuterie board.
Charcuterie.
Charcuterie. Yeah.
Charcuterie. The charcuterie board was awesome.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah. I was like zooming in. I'm like, oh. And awesome. Those are I've done those, many of those. Yeah. They're pretty bomb. Yeah.
We should have a party.
Can do.
What did Absolutely. You like about England?
My ex-husband is British. So I've been there quite a few times, and just the people in general, and just.
Well, you love British people?
Not all of them, but ones I've met, yeah. Well, most of the ones that I've met that I still know, I just adore them. But I was able to immerse into the culture where staying at their homes, their fridges are like these tiny little, our little, what we use for, like maybe a side fridge or like at a mini bar in a hotel.
Like a college dorm fridge.
Yeah, that's their fridge for the average household. And they have, every neighborhood has this tiny, like converted house. It's like a little market. So you buy a little milk and the next day you got to go buy another little milk, for your little fridge. I don't know.
It's an anti-Costco.
Yeah. Well, they have them there actually now.
Anti-America.
Yeah,
because all of our roads are so big. Like our cities
and their roads are so tiny. Yeah.
Our roads are built to have. You have to have a Costco or a Walmart to fit this type of city planning.
Yeah,
and there's some, I forget what it's called, strong cities. I think there's a short documentary on YouTube where building a little city around the small shops that sell those small milks, and you're able to walk to something, it promotes a better surrounding for all people living there. Whereas these cities here in America, where you have these big roads, you have to build infrastructures in a way that you have to have a car, you can't have a bike.
Yeah.
So then the amount of taxes that go into, it's almost like a Ponzi schemes on these cities for cities to pay for all the roads. It's like a Ponzi schemes. They have to take the next city's taxes to pay for the original one that started.
Well, this is how we dominate the planet.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
You can live in your village, or you can protect the world from communism.
Who invited this guy? What? Anyway, so yeah, it was just such it was a simple. I'm glad he misses himself too.
If America didn't exist, other bad countries would be in charge.
Or yeah, you're right.
Because prior to America ever stepping onto the World War stage, there were always countries trying to take over the world. You're right. So if you can show me a different country that you would have preferred to be in charge right now.
Oh, absolutely not. We are very self-absorbed, but I am definitely not.
Yeah.
I feel very grateful to have been born here for sure. 100%.
Yeah. Well, that's the other point I would make is, I don't know if we're going way off. Sorry to hijack your question, but the other point I would make is what country
vacation to world domination.
Yeah. Well, what country is everybody trying to break into and get to?
Here.
Yeah. What other, is anybody trying to get into Brazil or?
Well, they're trying to get into England.
Yeah.
But it's not like here for sure. If we were closer, it'd be here first.
Yeah. So there's the demand for entry will tell you how good a country is, I think, right?
True.
And there are places where people are trapped and can't get out. Mm-hmm. That's the opposite, right? Who wants to go there? Nobody. Yeah. Wish we could help them get out.
True. Agreed, 100%. But yeah.
You know what? To reel it back to your vacation, I discovered ham and butter sandwiches in England. Mm-hmm. Which I would never think to do, but it's delicious.
Put crisps in there too, which is a potato chip. Yeah. Put some Lay's potato chips. I was married to a British guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was ham. It was butter batch.
Did you ever live over there or you met him here?
I met him here.
Okay.
Yeah. My son makes fun of his accent all the time. It's great. Very meat and potatoes kind of food over there. For sure. But they have a huge influx. You know how we have a lot of Mexicans here from, they have a lot of Indians there. Mm-hmm. So the Indian food there is phenomenal. It's amazing.
Pakora.
That's where I got my love. France was wine, but England was Indian food for sure. Mm. Yeah.
What's your favorite Indian food place in town? We're coming out of coronavirus, so there's been a kind of a hiatus of restaurants. Or
true. Very true.
A disruption of restaurants, to say the least. But
I love Gandhi. I've always loved Gandhi. They've been around for a minute.
There's a place called Gandhi.
Yeah.
I've never heard of this.
It's been around for a long, long time. It's on Paradise and Flamingo. Oh. Yeah. They're really good. Curry leaf is good.
Curry leaf is good.
Yeah. There's a few good ones. Nice. California has better Indian restaurants, I feel.
Oh, declaring war.
Oh, for real. But it could be the vacation vibe while you're eating. Kind of makes a difference in taste. Yeah. So,
next question: what inspires you?
What inspires me? Right now, my kid. He's very just. I don't know. Blows my mind how intelligent he is. Yeah, I take some credit for that, but he's just his passion and his outlook in life is very. Even though it's very narrow, he has great perception of society and just, better than I did for sure at that age. So, he's definitely an inspiration for me.
How old's your kid?
17.
Oh, what dental routine have you enforced upon him?
What do you think?
No, I'm just asking because obviously,
what would you think?
As the mom, you can require a kid to brush their teeth and stuff. Right?
Doesn't mean they're going to do it.
Well, but then you have punishments that you can enact.
True.
So you have the power.
Yeah.
So as a general rule, what did you make your kid do?
Well, what I made him do, it was very difficult for a long time because boys can be real rough.
Yeah.
But now it's instilled, and so I don't have to say anything. He brushes twice a day. He does his routine the way he should. Yeah.
Does he have a water pick? And
No, he doesn't need one. His gums are beautiful.
oh,
If I know somebody that dislikes flossing, but they're willing to brush twice a day, and I could convince them to use a water pick, is it
They might be fine with that.
okay? Cool.
Yeah.
Next question: what keeps you up at night?
people
Insomnia.
Who don't floss.
What thoughts do you often ponder about? That's what keeps you up at night. Thoughts that keep you up at night.
What is the source of your insomnia?
You're asking a woman this question, really? Could be a million different things.
There's not one that, or
one particular one?
yeah, something that's reoccurring.
What's the world going to be like for my kid when he really enters the workforce? Or, what kind of person is he going to marry? What's his, life going to be like with the world the way it is right now? He's already told me that he doesn't want kids because he says the world's just screwed up and he just doesn't want to bring kids into the world the way it is. He's like, plus they're expensive. He's like, I'm expensive.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, you are really expensive. Stuff like that. And then just other things, just random stuff, things I need to do around the house, I need to go grocery
Chores
shopping
are
this
keeping
weekend. Yeah, like shit needs to get done, man. I am a single woman, so it's like I got a house to run, and it's just not, I'm the one. I don't have that extra hand. Well, I do. He helps me out a lot. But I mean, it doesn't like keep me up. But aside from that, unless I'm having just normal bouts of insomnia, I can usually sleep pretty well.
On the statement you said that your son is so, I think I'm jumping back to the last question, was it? When you said it inspires you, how much he's learned and how much he knows. From my perspective, my dad and mom, I feel like they don't understand the how would I word it?
They don't know how smart I am.
I don't want to say it like
I
that,
have no idea.
but they don't see that I put
They
so much.
see you as that kid. Still.
Yeah, and they don't see all the thought and all the things that I'm doing. And then say, for example, one time my dad said, hey, maybe you should just leave that software engineering job. Like go do nails and cut hair. I'm like, are you crazy? Like, do you know how much money this career has or that path
But they're
has?
speaking from their experience. And so, yeah. And yeah.
So from a parent that sees that their child has so much potential.
So you're implying that Yolie is totally out of touch with what's good
No.
for your kid.
No. Oh, no. I wasn't trying to go there.
No, I wasn't taking it that way. Thank you, Mr. Negativity over here.
If he wants to play video games on Twitch, it totally could be something worthwhile like software engineering.
He's not playing video games on Twitch.
Okay, gotcha.
He refuses to look at TikTok too. He's like,
Oh, he's too cool for TikTok.
well, he thinks it's a masses. It's long. Go ahead.
The final
hookers.
the question that I have, it's kind of open-ended. What goes to your mind when you think about him entering adulthood, but you feel like he has more he has more knowledge than you did at his age?
I think not that he has his insights when it comes to people, and he doesn't take things as personally as I did. I mean, he takes them personally, but he'll brush it off easier than when I did as a kid. And I think he'll go further faster than when I did, for sure. He's just, I don't know. He really surprises me in certain situations. He'll diffuse a situation really easily. Yeah. He just highly intelligent, but he will not think, if there's a confrontation, he will try and think about the other person, where they're coming from. He really tries to take that into account. Whereas I don't know if it's the Latin in me that gets hot-headed in a confrontation, but yeah, I think he'll do just fine. I mean, obviously, there's experiences that he's never had that, he's going to come up against, and, that's just life, his life experiences, but I think he'll be able to handle them better than I had been able to at his age. So yeah, just super intelligent, super, what's the word? Not sympathetic, but empathetic and perceptive for sure. Like, I mean, it is very rare that I get really super angry at him for anything. And if I come in angry about something, he'll be like, hey, he'll wait for me to chill out, and he'll be like, how could we have better handled that situation? And it just blows my mind, because there are so many adults that can't do that. So, yeah.
I wish your son was more common.
Me too.
When I talk to people, and whether dealing with them at work or seeing them interface with their children, I feel like America or human society, we're going down some type of weird negative path.
Yeah. Agreed.
Well, that's what all the old people said about us.
And here we are.
Yeah.
Here, and then there's Emmett. They were right.
They had no idea.
So, yeah.
I think that there's a lot. I don't know if I want to say there's a lot of truth to that. I want to say
it's definitely true. Yeah.
My train of thought is thinking, okay, if older people, they may look at TikTok or something like, what the fuck why is our generation wasting time, money, effort all on TikTok? But the ancillary things that lead up to TikTok, that whether it be Cash App or Uber, maybe Uber Eats, but there's things that there's technology, there's society that's building to get there. And TikTok isn't a pinnacle of
technological.
It just happens to be something that we hear on the news, but it's not where the technological advancements are made. It just happens to be an ancillary thing. Yeah. So I don't know. It's just thoughts with how this world's progressing, and if older people, I don't have a point.
You'd be surprised how many older people are on it. Actually, it's pretty fascinating, and I always thought it was just something for teenagers. And then, mind you, it was a millennial who told me, because I was looking for recipes. She's like, go on TikTok, and there was so many recipes. And then all of the expression of different people. Some of them, they're just stupid, but just other people's ideas and it's pretty fascinating. My son still refuses to open TikTok things that I forward to him. But he's like, don't be a part of the hive, mother. I'm like, whatever.
Do you think it's an antisocial impulse, or what do you think is behind his refusal to TikTok?
I don't know, but I'm also okay with it, because he's entitled to his own opinion, obviously. Yeah. I did get an email, I remember one time, from his school, because there was some TikTok challenge about screwing with a teacher. And so, we were talking, I'm like, you don't do there's that TikTok challenge. You're not doing that or anything. He's like, first you insulted me by asking me if I use TikTok. And I'm like, okay. But he's entitled to his own opinion. How he, if he does happen to stumble upon it and think it's okay, then that's okay too. But yeah.
Next question. Around what age did you see yourself most mature? So this question, I need to figure out a way to, this has been the third time I've asked it, and I haven't figured out a way that I like to reword it. So take it how you wish. So around what age did you see yourself the most mature? What personality changes were there? What were the factors that caused these changes?
I still haven't hit maturity yet. So,
well, there was probably a point in your time.
I'm kidding.
There's so many, it's amazing to me how many mistakes I still make. And I reflect on even things I did a month ago, 6 months ago. I'm just like, gosh, how old am I? I'm still making some of these stupid mistakes.
Honestly, between the ages of 24 to 31, I would say I was pretty mature. I know, like,
then it evaporated at 31.
I got a divorce, and then yes, it did evaporate. Nice. The maturity went out the door, and I was like, I got a date. All right. You know? And so, yeah. And
Was that immaturity or is that just freedom and adventure, exciting?
Yeah, or were you held back 24 to 31?
I was all about my family, you know, and I was all about the growth of that time period. And I was in college and then I graduated and then we were acquiring like property and
Adult stuff.
I had my son and yeah, we had our shit together. And then when I got a divorce, then so I feel that version of me was pretty damn mature and pretty much, you know, really, really, I mean, I'm not saying I don't have my shit together now, but I admire that Yolanda. You know what I mean? I don't want to say that's when I was I don't really know when I was most mature. I mean,
did you get
what is your definition of maturity? You know, really,
perspective.
it is totally about perspective. I love the person that I am now, obviously, you know, way more than, you know, and I wouldn't call myself mature. I am mature in that I have my shit together, but you get me with my friends and you get a whole different beast. And you know, I think
TikToking Yolanda.
well, I don't TikTok with my friends, but to me, life is about living and laughing and having the best time you can and, you know, feeling great and having fun and being around people you love. And I want as much of that as possible, but it also has to be a balance. You still have to, you know, work and, you know, have your shit together. So yeah, maturity is it is about perspective. So,
did you get a drastic haircut when you got divorced?
No.
Okay.
No. I lost a lot of weight. I was a hussy, but yeah, that was about it.
Okay, next question. What can you not live without, excluding water, food, and health?
What can I not live without? What do I not want to live without? Or what can I not live without?
What
Basic
cannot you
needs.
not live?
I don't know.
It's hard because it's something you're not thinking about, and then
Can't live without my weekends, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I need to decompress and get away from it. Otherwise, I would go insane. So,
wait. So would you say your work is stressful?
yeah, absolutely. With people
Feeling
like you
like-
sitting in my chair, yeah.
I was just going to say that.
Hassling me just because it's like, dude, I'm trying to give you information to better your life. And you're giving me, well, what about, well, I don't want to do shit.
Can't you unplug from, because you see it a million times, right? You get
Over and over and over
Yeah,
again. Yeah. I still love my job. I absolutely love my job. Of course there's stress in it. But I mean, good things can be stressful too. But I love my weekends where I decompress and I'm either with my friends or I'm doing nothing or something around the house. Yeah. No.
For me as a software engineer, I wholeheartedly understand the needing the weekends to decompress. I love doing software. I don't like dealing with the people that make for me, I have to deal with certain managers that don't understand the technology or owners.
We talked about this last time too. I remember when you were like, when you approach somebody and
Yeah.
sometimes
deep-seated hatred that
It is, I mean,
it's like, oh, that guy.
I wonder
It's going to screw up my computer again. Yeah.
if I could take those people out of the equation, but there's no way to take it because that's part of
The people factor.
the company needs those people to maintain it.
yeah, if we could just replace people with robots, we'd be in great shape.
No, if people were happier more often and not bitchy, yeah, that'd be great. That'd be super great.
So we're for the legalization of weed.
Hey, that's helped a lot of my patients.
Yeah.
Like chill down a lot. So
Oh wait, are they getting doped up before they come into the?
people have been self-medicating since before it was legal. So yes,
So it's common for people to come in high. for their
not
cleaning.
common, but I can tell. I can tell people are drunk and they
Baked,
come in.
yeah.
It's like, ugh, really, dude? Yeah.
That never occurred to me. Eat an edible before you go get your teeth cleaned.
Then you'd probably be really a huge pain in the ass at that point.
Oh really? So not good.
Not always. No.
All right.
So last question was originally written for interviews or conversations where I didn't talk about cryptocurrency as a focus, but I think this question will still apply. If I told you to put $5,000 into cryptocurrency as an investment, what questions or thoughts come to mind?
Well, not now. You filled me in.
Well, let's say
I'm gonna go do some ETH and
like some cocaine.
peace out.
Is it if it was $1,000 or $5,000 or $10,000? Does different thoughts come in mind? If I were to say put in 1,000 or put in 10,000?
If it was disposable income, I would go for 10 for sure. 100%. With no questions asked. I mean, I'm not convinced at this point. Yeah.
If I was going to send you money to your phone, I was like, hey, I owe you some money. I can send you $100 worth of Ethereum, or I got 200 Australian dollars. Do you want the 200 Australian dollars?
Is he for real?
No.
Well, I don't owe you any money.
The Ethereum, of course.
Well, why wouldn't you take the Australian money?
Because we just had a discussion. Were you not part of the discussion we just had?
I would, and you bumped it up. Last time he would ask 100, but he said 200, 100. So I would probably take the 200 Australian, run to the airport, exchange it for US real quick, and what you probably lose.
I don't even know what the exchange rate. Usually in Australia, our money is a lot less. I think it's even half. So I think it'd still be 100.
No, we could do $200 worth of Australian money.
So yeah,
I think
say if it's 300
it's
Australian,
half once it comes here.
Kangaroo-garans?
So I would take the 200, go exchange.
We lost everybody at Kangaroo. You would run to the airport,
exchange it for whatever the fee, probably $15 for the fee, 20. Right,
but what if that money was worth $90 instead of the $100?
No, he's saying
what's the exchange rate?
He's saying 200 equivalent of Australian, meaning if it's what is it?
It's just got technical.
I know.
150 to
Why
1,
you make it so hard?
If it's 150 to 1, so he's going to give you 300 Australian, so that when you convert, it's equal to 200 US.
Okay, so if it was 200 US, I would take it and convert it to.
And then
you would run to the airport, and
I would.
I wouldn't be running anywhere, but.
And then you get
Crypto jumps quick.
And then you get 180 US dollars from the exchange thing.
Everything happens at the right time. So, no, yeah. If it was worth actual 200, double then I would take it and reinvest it.
There was one where you asked one of the guests before, was it 80? I think it was $80 Ethereum.
You can't hold me to shit I said last week, man. Or just talking out of my ass.
That was last week, Emmett. Was that drunk Emmett or was that high Emmett?
Money changes in value, man. It's
I think it was 100 Australian and 80 Ethereum, and that one I was like, the conversion rate or the fee, and then to get
$80 worth of Ethereum.
Yeah, or 100 Australian. So I think that's where I would say I would take the Ethereum at 80. I would lose the 20 on the Australian.
So if I was to give you a $26 belt or no, I'm just kidding.
I would take the, what was it, 0.2 ETH.
Okay. Just wondering.
All right. Any closing thoughts, guys?
No, not at all. As usual, it goes by super fast.
Yeah. Thanks for coming to join us.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for not punching me in the face.
Day's not over yet.
Cheers.
Cheers.